This is sort of a good news, bad news situation. The good news is we have Jets roster moves to talk about. Yippee! The bad news is, well, it's injury related. So, hey, take that for what you will. Boy Green Daily starts now.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time! To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Wow! Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go!
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. A couple of things here. First off, folks, I've got some good news to share, both for all of you and specifically for Beast. I believe the kidney stones have passed. The pressure is gone. It's sore as hell a little bit, but still, I believe we passed the kidney stone somewhere between the end of the Espresso Club and now. So blessed be he. So Beast, shall play this one more time.
Everybody wish Boy Green. Oh, shit. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. Son of a bitch. Wow. Wow. Another card.
He has kidney stones.
I know. Just give me a minute. Just camera.
It's not life-threatening.
Wow.
So, I don't believe I have kidney stones anymore, unless I get a surprise in the middle of the show. If you see me go, and keel over, I guess another stone hit me. But I'm still a little sore back there, so every time I laugh, it still makes me hurt. But I believe they have passed. So, Beast and the rest of the Coffee Club and Espresso Club and everybody in the Jets universe, thank you for wishing me well wishes. I felt like Austin Powers there. Allow me to introduce myself. I sort of felt like that there. So, yes, thanks for all the well wishes out there in the audience. And again, it appears that we have passed it. Just mere soreness, so I just got to get over that. But thank you, Beast, and the Jets community. Thank you. So that. Also, we did have our Espresso Club meeting last night. It was the 7th version. Now, this was later than normal because of baseball, responsibilities. So this show started after 11 o'clock. And so you guys could go back and rewatch it if you're an Espresso Club member. If you're not an Espresso Club member, you can hit that join button. And one of the cool things that happened last night was a surprise. It sort of hit me when I was driving to the radio station, and it happened. Here's a screenshot. It was me and my brother, Nick. Some of you guys have heard me tell the stories about Nick, with every birthday. I remember the story when we were kids. Again, he's 2 years older than me. So he was 7, I was 5. He was 9, I was 7, whatever it was. And I wished him a happy birthday. And he turned to me and told me it was another day closer to death. I brought that story up to him for the first time in 15 years. So you guys can hear that reaction at the beginning of the podcast. So Nick, it was cool. We talked for like 40 minutes or something. I randomly grabbed a screenshot during the show last night with him. And I had not talked to my brother Nick for that long consecutively since either my sister's wedding, which was a bunch of years ago, or when we lived together as brothers growing up in a family. So it was cool to reconnect with my brother Nick, and that was awesome. So shout out to Nick, and maybe that won't be the last time he joins the show. Okay, we've got Jets roster news to talk about, but I need to bring in the rest of my A-team to assess all of this information. Hit it.
This is Jets Worldwide. Wide.
So let's start this off. Rich, I just realized in my head how wrong this is going to sound, but well, I guess that hasn't ever stopped me before. I always make you on top, and then I put Johnny Boy down low. Do you guys prefer that position? Okay, the more I'm talking about this, the worse it's getting. So I always add you first. This is a behind the scenes camera thing. I go up, Rich, add to screen, up, Johnny Boy, add to screen, and then you guys sort of end up where you end up in this triangle here. So do you prefer that, or do you want me to switch it? Snowball, Rich.
You're asking me if
Yeah,
I
sure.
prefer
I
to be
want to
on
get your
top or
opinion.
on
I
the
don't want
bottom.
to. I just want to throw you around. Yeah.
Traditionally, I really like to be on the bottom.
Well, here we go. Ooh, wah.
There you go.
There we go. Nice. Yeah.
Feels
Now
better.
everyone's comfortable. Let's get everybody comfortable. Nice. Okay. Well, good morning, Rich, of the Jets Worldwide crew, aka Snowball. Good morning, Johnny Boy of the Jets Worldwide crew. Jets Worldwide, all one word. JWW. And how's it going this morning, boys?
What up, BG? Morning, Snowball. The cream rises to the top.
It's true.
Anyways, I had to say it.
I've heard that. I've heard that in places. So, wow. Okay. Wow. The comments are getting real intense there.
It's
The comments.
spicy in the chat. Yeah.
I mean, I could do both. I could pitch or catch.
That's good to know. Hop on Pop says take the like button to Pound Town, but I'm not sure if he's talking about the YouTube show anymore. So I just, anywho, we'll leave that. We'll leave the ball as it lies there. Oh,
I'm not
boy.
familiar with passing stones. Can you explain how that happens?
Yeah, it is. It
May
is.
may they rest in peace. Memorial moment of silence for them, guys.
Hopefully they burn in hell. Yeah, I don't. I would be saying no eulogy for these stones. Thank God. So yeah, this is painful. Painful is the best way to put it. Also, Pop didn't even know that my brother was going to come, or his other son was going to come on the show. So he says, "Wow, I can't believe I missed it." So that did happen. You guys can rewatch the show. He was on for like 40 minutes, talked about all kinds of things, his military service. So thank you again to my brother for his service to our country, and police officer with the Geno Smith stuff. There was a lot of stuff we unpacked. So, like I said, folks, make sure you guys go check it out. But yesterday, boys, the rookies reported to training camp. Great news. In 2 days, the veterans report on Tuesday, and the first practice is on Wednesday, baby. Blessed be he. This is outstanding news.
Oh, yeah.
But as I told you, boys, as training camp pieces start to come back together here, that means roster moves have to start being made. And the Jets made some roster moves, boys. So I guess let's get right into the nitty gritty, and then we'll get into whether it's good news or bad news or this news or that news. The New York Jets announced yesterday that they have placed nose tackle T'Vondre Sweat on the NFI list. That is the non-football injury illness list with a hamstring issue. Zach Rosenblatt provided that additional detail. And then wide receiver Tim Patrick and pass rusher Tyler Barron were placed on the PUP list. So we'll explain what all of that means in a second here, boys. But I assume, for anyone, this is like not good news because I thought our team roster was actually pretty healthy. I was pretty happy about that when mandatory minicamp broke. It didn't seem like we have a lot of issues. So a few injury nuggets here. Any before I even get into the rules and NFI and active PUP, reserve PUP, and what all that jazz means, were you guys concerned at all when you saw this news yesterday? We'll start off with you, Rich, down there.
T'Vondre Sweat?
Yeah.
Not really. Not really concerned about him. He seems like he's a pretty healthy guy.
Sure.
I'd like to know how he did it. Was he like chasing the ice cream man or something? Or I don't know. You think he was trying to? I would say he caught him, the ice cream man. Definitely pulled a hammy doing it, but he got there. Tim Patrick, whatever, he's going to be a spot filler, and Tyler Barron doesn't look good for Tyler Barron.
No,
it does not look good at all.
That is an accurate assessment. I'm sorry, Tyler Barron, or if you or your family is watching the show right now, I'm sorry to give you the swift kick in the loins as you're watching the show. You're like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? Sorry, man. It just is what it is. But yeah, it does not look good for him. So
no.
But you're not overly concerned by anything, it seems.
No, for the players who are involved and what's transpired in their goings on between training camp and OTAs and whatever now. No, I'm not concerned.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay. Great. Johnny boy, before I get into the rules of what all this means, because I think education is an important tool, because I think a lot of people don't understand what these lists mean. So we'll get into that. But Johnny boy, no concern?
I am concerned.
Oh, okay. All right. Which ones are
So,
you concerned about?
I mean, him going to the non-football injury, like what is it? What kind of grade is the hamstring? I mean, Zach's saying
Sure.
that it's not something that is like really bad, so I'm guessing maybe it's a grade 1.
I'm just going to cut you off right there. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if grade 1 is worse or grade 3 is worse, or is
Grade
this a
3 is
category?
worse. Grade 1
Okay.
is like a
Like,
little
what
bit
about
of
a
a
hurricane
thing.
situation? Category 5 is much worse. Category 1 is not. And then
Correct,
you have like
correct.
DEFCON 0, DEFCON 5. Like, I don't know, man. I don't. All these are inverted. Some mean one thing, some mean another thing. On my scale with my fiance, 1 to 10, 10 is much worse than 1. 1 like is nothing. So
Correct. Which one is it's nothing that, but I mean, is it, we don't know. That's the thing,
no.
right? I mean, Zach, we're hearing Zach, he's like, it's not that serious. So it is what it is. But it happened as a non-injury related incident. Like, what was this dude doing? Was he outside cutting the
Non-football
grass?
related, not a
Non-football.
non-injury related incident, because he did get injured. It
He
was a
got injured.
hamstring.
You're right.
But yes,
was he cutting the grass? Was it,
I-
did he like lift his leg when he got off of bed, and maybe there was like a rubber ducky and he slipped and like,
possible?
you
I
know what
hate
I'm
when that
saying?
happens. Yes.
So it's concerning. I mean, it is still
Okay.
early. Would like to know what type of, because when I hear hamstring, I'm like, yo, that shit could be lingering throughout the entire
definitely
season.
can linger. Sure.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
so, and then Tim Patrick and Tyler Barron. I mean, let's be honest, Tim Patrick, right? I mean, he came in to maybe be something. We don't know, but the hope
Right.
is it's that Cooper, AD Mitchell come in and they're the cats, right? I mean,
Sure.
Isaiah Williams still is what he is.
Yeah.
And then Tyler Barron, that sucks. That's a tough
Yeah.
one, you know, because we'll see. We'll
Okay,
see.
we'll get into it. Okay, so let's start off here. First off, education. People hear the NFI list, they don't know what that means. And then we'll give the good news update, potentially from Zach Rosenblatt. So Tavondre Sweat was placed on the NFI list. What does that mean? That stands for the non-football injury or illness list. This is a list that's used, and this is straight from the CBA. This is a list that is used for, quote, players who suffered injuries or ailments outside of NFL activity. So it could have been your rubber ducky story. It could have been in the shower. It could have been anything, but it is non-football related. So his paycheck, like the Jets could do all kinds of things that they wanted to when you get it, because it's in the contract. Like if he gets hurt with a football related thing, he's covered for anything football. If he tripped in the weight room, if he did anything on the football field, all that's covered. The non-football stuff is not covered. So that's where he could potentially get in trouble. But apparently, according to Zach, it's not serious. But that's what the NFI list is for. That is for football related injuries, as opposed to Tim Patrick, Tyler Barron. That's PUP. That's because of prior football injuries that the Jets can confirm. So there are two types of PUP list. Tim Patrick and Tyler Barron, for that matter, were placed on the, quote, active, physically unable to perform list. That means players that are placed on this list during training camp count towards a team's 90-man roster. Players can be removed from this list at any time during camp, but they can't be placed back on the list. You can't put them on, take them off, put them on, take them off. You can't do that. Players on this list as of final roster cutouts must be placed on either the reserve PUP, released, traded, or counted against a 53-man roster. In other words, if they remain on this PUP by the time the season rolls around, both players would be forced to miss a minimum of 4 games. It could be longer. It can't be shorter than that if they're still on that list in a month from now, but less important for now. That's how all the rules work for these particular lists. Let's start off with the Zach Rosenblatt piece. He says that it was a hamstring injury, which, again, we wouldn't have known prior. No other beat reporter shared that, so shout out to Zach for the scoop. He says it's not considered serious. And this is, thank God if this is correct, because there's another layer to this we'll get to in a second, because I think Tavondre Sweat is a critically important piece to this defensive puzzle for the Jets. They sucked against a run last year. They were third worst in football. Tavondre Sweat is one of the elite run stuffers in football. So is David Onyemata, for that matter. And they have a few of these players that are coming in, mixing in with what they already had to try to curtail these issues. So Tavondre Sweat's important. So I have no idea how the hell he got this injury, but as long as it's not serious, then bullet dodged. We're here in late July. I'm okay if he has to miss a little bit of time, but I don't want him missing a lot of time because he's a guy out of anyone that needs to stay in football shape and real shape, both shape, double shape. He needs to stay in for the New York Jets. So just starting on that level alone, I think before we get to the other guys here on the list of Patrick and Tyler Barron, who we could talk about separately here, boys, I think Devondre Sweat is such a critical piece to the entire defensive puzzle for the Jets.
100% agreed. I mean, myself and Snowball, we talked about it and we asked the question, who do we have being the biggest piece of what this defense is going to be? And I said it was Sweat. I think it starts with him and then it just domino effects to everybody else. Coming into this, to this season, there was a lot of things that were being talked about him, right? I mean, he has some ex-teammates that spoke highly of him, but then there were some other guys that were like, yo, this dude is kind of lazy. Like he doesn't do it what he's supposed to be doing. So he has a lot to prove as well. And then you hear this, even though Zach is saying that it's not something that's serious. But to me, again, I hear hamstring. I worry because, again, it's an injury that could linger through the entire season.
Sure.
Who's
if not treated properly. Right.
Exactly. Who's the backup? I mean, which I think we were okay.
Onyemata, probably.
Exactly. Thank goodness. But still, like there is a lot that we're writing on Sweat. And again, I'm in agreement with you. Like he, to me, he has big shoes. I mean, we were missing Quinnen Williams. Like, we're expecting this guy to be the missing piece to make this defense hopefully be a lot better than what it was last year.
Yeah, we can only hope. By the way, I got to give a huge I know that Philia made a joke about it. He said, Rich, did you notice that Jackson Pollock sneezed on your shirt? Like he was trying to, crack a little joke in the comment section. But I love the whiteout, like all your 3 white jerseys back there. You have the white hat. I actually don't have that hat. I have a huge hat collection. I do not have that version or any version that has that alternate logo on it. So great stuff. Huge shout out there. Johnny was about to turn his hat around because I believe you guys are matching. Oh, you're not. So there you go. But I love the all white look. Hey, just a quick, fit check. All right, Rich.
Thanks.
All right, Rich.
I can dress myself.
He knows it.
I know how to dress. I can dress myself.
Oh, no question.
I'm good.
All right.
I dress myself.
I dress myself.
I dress myself.
I respect that.
Anybody?
I don't know if Sweat dresses himself, but I'll turn it to you, Rich. Again, anything else you want to, before we move on to the other players here that are being considered for this conversation, is there anything else you want to add about Devondre Sweat and his importance to the Jets puzzle this year?
Yeah, just the backup position. In case it does linger and it does turn into something that continues throughout the season, my concern was who's to back him up. I mean, can Juwan Briggs do that? You have a rookie. What's his name?
Daryl Jackson Jr.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to put a rookie at that position? I don't know. This is a man who needs to stay healthy. Like, in my opinion, Devondre Sweat, if he's not there, it's not good. It does not look good.
We have great depth, I would say, at defensive tackle. Because, like, off the top of my head, right, we have Harrison Phillips, we got Juwan Briggs, we have David Onyemata. Obviously, we have Devondre Sweat, who's a part of that mix, too. You have Daryl Jackson Jr. None of us know what he is or isn't. So, I mean, and then Mozzie Train, of course, easy.
Onyemata is like 50 to 60 pounds lighter than Devondre Sweat.
Sure.
So,
but he's got country strength.
That's a lot of weight, though. That's a lot. Yeah. Who was the other guy who had
Country Strong?
Country Sweat. Country Strength. Who was Country Sweat? Country Strength. Who was
Harrison?
Anderson? A long time ago.
Oh, maybe. I mean, a lot of people could have had a country strength.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
But he was supposed to be like, this country guy who was supposed to be strong as hell.
But Onyemata was top 10 against the run last year. So, like, despite the weight, like, he's been very good against the run throughout his career. But I get what you're saying. We don't, like, people built on planet Earth. God didn't make a bunch of them like Devondre Sweat. So, like, he is unique size-wise, of course, to the roster. His unique size, especially in the 3-4, I 100% hear you. I think he's an important piece of the puzzle. There's no doubt about it.
And the effort thing that we were talking about, like guys on the Titans were like, he's lazy. We will find out. We're definitely going to find out whether or not this guy is lazy. I don't think he's lazy.
But then you see that play that he had where he essentially, got the ball and was running and just knocking cats over. You have to be athletic to do something like that. You just can't, just be country strong, right? Country is the word of the day, by the way, guys. So
okay, well, I want to give another shout out then to my brother for defending our country. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, Nick.
Want to make sure I get that in there. But I would say, I'm not sure if that champions what Snowball's saying. Yeah, sure. When he got the ball in his hands, he looked awesome, stiff arming people and getting his fat ass all over the place. But I would say there was a play. People have called him lazy. I've talked to Titans insiders, reporters. They have all said the same thing. So they've called him lazy. They questioned his work ethic and all kinds of things. However, there's also tape of where a running back, right, T'Vondre Sweat's, depending on which weight you believe, is at least 366 pounds, if not more. And there was a play where a running back, I can't remember the opponent the Titans were playing, but a running back broke, contained, and got outside. He seemed to be running down the hash, right? T'Vondre Sweat's fat ass. In theory, that player would go, someone else will get him. But he went, and this fat leopard just jumped on top of this running back. And you were like, whoa, where the hell did T'Vondre Sweat come from? So he just, again, surprising athleticism definitely exists there. So he's been called lazy, but he's also had those kind of hustle plays where you're like, man, it's a complicated art piece here where you have all kinds of different factors that are involved. And bingo.
And BG.
Yes.
And last year we kept saying it coming to this year that, we kind of didn't have that many insane injuries last year, right? And we kind of were like, oh man, we thought, I know it was more towards
Garrett Wilson. Line. What do you mean? That was a huge injury. He missed 10 games. The first 10 games of his career.
But he could have came back, right?
I don't know.
So, anyways.
Anywho.
I don't know. With him, because usually what you just said, that he ran down that running back. I know exactly what you're talking about. Because that was part of his highlights when he was coming over here. And I was like, oh, shit. This guy could run.
Yeah.
But then I hear the injury. So, it's a concern for me, man. Like I keep saying, those hamstring injuries can linger. And if he's somebody that likes to play like that, I mean, shit, that I don't know, could handle through the season, man. So I hope.
So let me ask you guys a question, right? None of us are doctors here. Okay. So Zach Rosenblatt says, and then we'll get to Tyler Bear and Tim Patrick separately in a second. So let's stay on Sweat. Okay. So Zach Rosenblatt says it's not serious. So you guys tell me, if an injury is called not serious, how much time do you expect T'Vondre Sweat to miss when you hear not serious? How much time do you think? If you, off the top of your head, again, you're not doctors. I'm not holding this. I'm just saying your perception. When someone tells you, he's injured, but it's not serious, don't worry about it. How much time do you expect him to miss? Johnny boy?
Maybe,
I'm writing in time on my hand.
Maybe a week. I don't know.
Okay. By the way, I wrote down that same answer. I didn't really write it down. I don't like getting my hands dirty, but I'm going to pretend to write it. There you go. 1 week. And that's what I was going to say. About a week. If he was out for a week, I'm like, okay, not serious. But we'll go to Rich because we've now poisoned your answer. But
no, 1 to 2 weeks would be non-serious. 1 to 2 weeks. A couple of rub downs, massage, little, right? You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Right? Miyagi style.
Yeah, right. Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. Now, let me ask this question, okay? So you say you're not worried about it. Johnny Boy says he is. Well, this other update I'm going to give is going to make Johnny Boy lose his blank because this is what we call in the business a source off, okay?
Johnny, hold on to your hat for this one.
Yeah, please do. Right. So Zach Rosenblatt immediately comes out and says it's not serious. So a lot of us go, oh, thank God, because the Jets news comes first and then Rosenblatt's information. Hey, it's this type of injury and it's not serious. And we're like, oh, thank God. And then later on social media, I'm just perusing as one does. And I come across Will Parkinson of the Badlands family. And I see this tweet. I'm like, whoa. It gets me. And it's this. Let's throw it up on the screen from Will Parkinson. He says, for audio-only listeners, quote, on Twitter, shame about T'Vondre Sweat, but he'll be back for the last week or two of camp / the opener. And I don't care about the Tim Patrick thing. Shut up. Wait a second. These are completely, to me, and maybe I'm blowing this up and you guys are all going to be like, Paul, you're an idiot. But to me, these are completely different things. I agree with you, Snowball and Johnny Boy, that the not serious diagnosis of one Zach Rosenblatt to me is like a week or two, maybe 10 days. Let's split the difference. When I hear from Will Parkinson, shame about Sweat, he'll be back for the last week or two of camp / the opener. The opener is on September 13th. You're telling me it's early September, late August? That's a month. That's a month of time. That is a tremendous trip. That is very serious if he's missing that kind of time. And if we're worried about him staying in game shape / real shape, not being able to practice for a month, I imagine would be a detriment in that path to try to fit it, to try to be it. So I don't know, man. To me, that like I saw this and I'm like, with all due respect to Will, and I'm not just saying this because I prefer the other news. To me, I trust Zach Rosenblatt more. He's been a beat reporter a lot longer than Will. Will does his own independent thing. He also covers the National Football League. I trust Zach. Zach has broken multiple Jet stories. He has a longer track record as a beat reporter. And the way Will said this to me sounds matter of fact. It does not sound like opinion. Like he's saying, he could be back at this point. He says, shame about Sweat, but he will be back for the last week or two of camp / the opener. This to me sounds like an emphatic, quote unquote, update from whatever sources he spoke to. I don't, that part, I'm like, this sounds completely different. So Johnny Boy was worried about the first update. I imagine, hold on to your hat, buddy. What do you think about this one?
Is he frozen?
I don't know. Maybe
Oh, is it about me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Boy, you were the one that complained. I said yes. If you thought the last one.
I mean, that's the thing, right? So shout out to Will Parkinson. I mean, he's in the past have said things that I've been like he was one of the cats that really gave the truth, And how many times have in the past have the Jets lied to us and have said, "Oh, it's not that serious." They're trying to get in the front of it right before.
So you're picking Will Parkinson in this,
dude. Hamstring injuries are no joke, bro. Like okay. I feel like it is something that could potentially linger, especially the position that he plays, the way his stances are. I don't know, man. Like, dude, if this was to be the case,
are you picking Will Parkinson or Zach Rosenblatt in the source off? Zach Rosenblatt says T'Vondre Sweat his injury is not considered serious. Will Parkinson says, shame about Sweat. He should be back for the last week or two of camp / the opener, which would be late August, early September.
All right. I'm going to say it. I'm going to go with Will Pa.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going with Will Pa.
I mean, Rich?
Can you go back to the Zach image again? All right. So it says, it's not considered serious per source. Okay?
Yes.
I don't know if this is a janitor at One Jets Drive. I don't know who the source is.
Sure, right. All right.
Could be the guy who watches the parking lot.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then if you go to Will's, it says
per me.
Per my intuition. Again, with all due respect, no shade towards Will Parkinson at all. Truth in reporting, right? So Zach names that it was a source.
Yeah.
Will does not. So again, just going on pure X tweet or whatever.
Yep.
Decide with sorry, Johnny Boy. I would have to go with Zach Rosenblatt.
Yeah, I'm going Team Zach. Here. Yep. Going Team Zach here. So hopefully, I think all of us hope that Zach's is right because, again, I think it would be devastating for T'Vondre Sweat to miss all of training camp, essentially, based on you start counting it out. The last Jets practice is on August 29th. Cutdown day is the 30th. So if he's getting ready in September / late August, then he's not going to be spending much time, certainly not in the preseason games or training camp. And then again, you just throw all of it into question. And I can't imagine for T'Vondre that he's more motivated than ever to play his old team week one, for him to be compromised in any way for that game would be crazy. Now, hopefully, we're not talking about any of that. It's July 26th, so hopefully that's all just nonsense noise right now. But yes, so Devontae, again, he's obviously the most important player of any of these three that's in the mix. Hopefully he heals up quick. And again, we'll hear an answer from Aaron Glenn this week on his status.
Shout you out, BG, on that too, by the way.
What's that?
On your report this morning. I mean, well, last night on heavy.com. Right? Awesome reporter that just put out an article out. You know, I don't know if you know him, Snowball, but he's he's a big deal. Like, he's a big deal. Like, I know the guy, right?
I've been told.
So,
yeah,
but
I appreciate
also
that.
I appreciate you saying the source, man, because I got flashbacks of the source from back in the day, right? With the whole Benzino situation with Eminem. Is this what's going on, right? Is Benzino Zach Rosenblatt? Is Eminem, Will Pa? I mean, what is going on? Is there straight beef going, So I'm just starting shit. But.
Well, I would just tell you, I don't know if I attempted to start shit, but I screenshotted both of their things, boop, boop, and I said, we've got a source off, and I tagged both of them and said, one person's reporting this, one person seems to be reporting this. Neither responded. I'm not surprised, but hey, we'll see what happens. I think, with all due respect, we could probably pass the biscuits on Tim Patrick. To me, I think he has a clear path to being one of the 6 receivers to make the roster. Outside of an undrafted free agent or someone stealing his job. I just think, like, in a perfect world, he's not contributing much this year. He's sort of a sage in the room. He's just sort of there. And in case an absolute emergency, they're like, all right, Tim, old man, get ready for wide receiver 3/4 duties in a pinch. Outside of that, he has no real role, is my expectation. Is that the expectation of the rest of the room on old Tim Patrick?
Yep, pretty much.
Tim Patrick.
Old balls. Old. Yep. There you go.
32.
Oh, so man, what am I? Oof. All right, there you go.
You're old as balls too, then.
You old fuck.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, there you go. On old Timmy. Timmy also, by the way, he has did they say it in here? No, just that he isn't expected to be out long, so they didn't say the injury of choice. But again, that one past the biscuits, move on. But I think the other one here, Tyler Barron, before we move on to anything else, I think it sucks for this guy. I thought his chances of making the roster were tough as is. And now all of a sudden he starts with the PUP list, which means, like he's still compromised. I would assume that this is, especially being on the PUP as opposed to the NFI, that it's still recovery from his injury against the Dolphins. He got injured during the Week 14 Dolphins game in early December last year. I believe it was reported a torn ACL, but I couldn't, when I was going back to do the story, I was trying to verify that, but I went through like 12 things. I'm like, damn, I can't see it anywhere. Maybe I made that up. But he had the knee injury against the Dolphins, and then he was immediately placed on injured reserve. So I thought it was a torn ACL, but I didn't see that anywhere, so I won't verify that. We'll just call it a knee injury. But still being on PUP since the December injury means he's likely still recovering for that. And again, I thought his chance of making the roster if he was fully healthy were tough. Any missed time is critical. If he has any shot of doing anything, I mean, that's, that's baseball, Susan. That's why you play the games, you do the training camp, you do the preseason. Like, we could say, Tyler has no shot, and then all of a sudden we think he does. Who is it? Tack McKinley, like that story last year, where all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, look at this guy. He's going to make the roster. He didn't, spoiler alert, but that was just a storyline last year during training camp, which was fun to monitor and fun to watch over the last couple of years whenever Tack McKinley was here. But yeah, I think Tyler Barron's effed. I think he's getting cut, but eventually, inevitably, he had no impact last year, appeared in 6 games, didn't make a start, appeared in less than 100 defensive snaps in totality. He was more often than not a healthy scratch last year. This is a team that finished 31st in sacks. You don't think they could have used someone who could rush the passer? And they looked in the room, and Tyler's going, me, pick me. And like, yeah, not you. Well, literally anything else. But we're terrible at rushing the passer. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They traded up for Tyler Barron.
They did. They gave up a pick in this year's draft that just happened with the Baltimore Ravens to move up for Tyler Barron. And he couldn't even get on the field with the worst pass rushing unit the Jets have had in some time. If that's not a detriment. And now Aaron Glenn is calling plays. So he got an up close and personal look at him last year. And now I think it's tough news for Tyler Barron, and that sucks. Yeah.
So who made that pick? Who said we got to jump up and get this guy?
Oh, is it AG or
Instead
Muji?
of-
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm sure if you ask the masses, their answer would be who?
Oh, well, it's AG because the
Yeah,
pick
'cause
messed up.
because it's
That's
bad, right?
That's a
So
It
good.
was
Ah,
Wilkes.
that's an AG pick, man. Oh shit.
It was Steve Wilkes. It was Steve Wilkes.
That's funny. That is funny. That's sort of how it's split. So again, real quick, prayers up, Tyler Barron, and your recovery. But your time is the hourglass grains of sand are slowly trickling, and it's unfortunate because he's got to make some noise. Because you look at the pass rushers, Kingsley Nagbari's making this roster. Joseph Asai's making this roster. Will McDonald's making this roster. David Bailey's making this roster. You're 4 deep. And it's tough because in the past we'd say, oh, Saleh keeps 10 defensive linemen, but this is a different regime, and we have 3-4 and 4-3. So I don't know how many they keep. We mentioned all the defensive tackles: David Onyemata, Harrison Phillips, Daryl Jackson Jr. I don't think Mozzie ends up making it from this group, but Jawan Briggs is making it from this group.
Most
Devondre
definitely.
Sweat's making it from this group. So between those 5 defensive tackles, those 4 passers, we're already at 9. Where does Tyler Barron fit? I don't see it. So to me, I think it's putting from the rough for the young man, the former Miami product, former Tennessee product. He showed flashes in college, but yeah, I think this is devastating news for Tyler Barron's chances. He better get on the field as quickly as possible if he's going to have a shot. And quite frankly, I didn't think he had much of a shot anyway. So Tyler
you
Barron,
think-
any final words on Tyler Barron?
I mean, sucks, but I mean, you said it, bro. Like, yo, when
Sucks
this
to
cat,
suck. Yeah, I
when this
gotcha.
cat got on the field, we were like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? Like, why? You know,
Yeah, he really
so-
did nothing at all. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
But this
We'll see.
defense has, I mean, some good depth pieces that are there.
Sure.
I want to ask you,
Sure.
with this, you know, possibility of an opening, do you think they maybe fill it in with some vet linebacker that might fall through the cracks to have there? Because, dude, like I keep saying, man, I'm sorry, bro, but I'm still worried about, like, I hope nothing happens to him. So I'm not even going to say anything in regards to that. But I think that should be another depth piece that we need to add.
Well, I would just say if I read the rules correctly here, and I have it from the NFL CBA, quote, players that are placed on this active, physically unable to perform list count towards the team's 90-man roster. So I do not believe Tim Patrick's placement nor Tyler Barron's placement at this moment in time creates a roster spot to be able to add a linebacker or another position. So at this point, it's much ado about nothing. But if Tyler Barron inevitably moves on, so the last training camp practice for the Jets is on the 29th. Final roster cut day is the next day. It's the 30th. Every NFL team must cut their roster from 90 players to 53 by 6 o'clock on August 30th. So the good news is that there's not waves anymore, I do believe, unless I missed a recent rule change again back that way. Normally, you'd have to go from 90 to 75, 75 to 53, and you'd have to do it by certain pivot points during the offseason. Yeah, unless I misread the rules in any recent change, we don't have the waves anymore, which means a team can hold 90 all the way through the 30th and then cut 40 players, or they can slowly, methodically go like, this guy ain't making the roster, this guy ain't making the roster, this guy ain't making the roster. So it's up to them to make those decisions. But yeah, so no, I don't think it opens up that linebacker door yet, but it sounds like what they're going to do at this moment in time is write it out at these positions and then make a stark change if necessary. Last year, right? They had Harrison Mevis and Caden Davis. Come on. How do you not know those names at your local trivia night at Place Kicker? A few days in, Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji get in room and go, Jesus Christ, like, we need to do something. And they call up Nick Folk, and bing, boom, bam, he's there. So do they go into camp and go, woof, linebacker, woof, defensive tackle, woof, this position? Possible. Which takes us to an Easy super chat. Thank you, Easy, for the super chat. $2 super chat coming through here on the program. Is right, Luna?
Wow.
Appreciate that. Let's add that to Easy's total. Easy, you're at $14 committed so far this month. That means you're $11 away from a raffle ticket. More on that in a little bit. His question is, any news on Jimmy Garoppolo? Yes, very significant news, as a matter of fact. If you guys pay attention to my YouTube shorts, you already saw this information, but I didn't do it in video form or on the live show yet. Jimmy Garoppolo was pondering retirement earlier this offseason, and by all reports was pondering it and considering it very seriously and fully planned on retiring. Well, this brother has had a change of opinion, and Jimmy Garoppolo, according to Mike Garafolo, is no longer considering retirement, and he is ready to join a team. Now, it's now up to the gods what happens next. Jimmy Garoppolo, whether you like him or not in the audience, is now the most proven backup quarterback that is on the market. Better than Cooper Rush, better than Pastronaut, Joshua Dobbs. This guy has experience. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion as a backup, for whatever that's worth. And so he's been around the block. He started games. More recently, he's been a backup player. He started his career as backup, of course, behind Tom Brady. Then he became a full-time starter when he got traded to San Francisco, then shifted back, ultimately, after the Raiders' failure, back into a backup role. So to me, Jimmy Garoppolo is super interesting. He's better than anything else that's out there. Now, it doesn't appear what I just said about, linebacker. I believe the Jets are going to give Cade Klubnik every opportunity to win the QB2 job. And if they're days into camp or a preseason game or two, and they're like, yikes, Cade Klubnik is not ready, they can go after Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy may be waiting for the right opportunity, according to Mike Garafolo, so he may not just sign randomly with the team on July 26th. He may wait to see how things play out, because what if an injury happens to a quarterback and a desperate team comes to him, you want to be starting quarterback again? He's like, yeah, thanks for calling my number. And I don't know what weird accent that was, but Jimmy Garoppolo could enter the fray from that perspective. So any news on him? Yes, he is no longer considering retirement. He's ready to sign with the team. We'll see if that marriage happens immediately or whether or not he waits, because the team that would have made the most sense, if he pondered retirement and just suddenly didn't want to retire anymore, the Rams would make sense, but they don't make sense anymore. He has Matthew Stafford, Stetson Bennett, and Ty Simpson just signed his rookie contract. So where the hell does Jimmy Garoppolo fit? He no longer fits into that puzzle. So the most obvious team that would have had him is off the table. The Cardinals, who have a Mike LaFleur connection, would have been a fit, but they have Gardner Minshew. Jacoby Brissett is in camp after his contract dispute, which perhaps continues to linger. So let's go around the room. Do you have any interest in Jimmy G, Rich?
Well, I had a question. Who are you going to choose, Jimmy Garoppolo or Gardner Minshew? Like,
if I had the choice between the two?
Yeah. Who are you going with? Like,
Uncle Rico.
Garoppolo or Minshew?
Uncle Rico.
Like, that was
Probably
interesting.
Minshew.
You go with Minshew.
But I could definitely go the other. It's not emphatic.
So the Water Boy and Jimmy Garoppolo both have Super Bowl rings.
That's true. He has 2 of those Super Bowl rings, both during his time with the Patriots, I do believe. Yes, both of them were with the Patriots. Yeah.
Pass.
Okay. Puff. Pass. All right, Johnny boy.
Yeah, we not learned from like getting these cats that we're think that they won't get injured with us. I mean, bro, we had Tyrod Taylor last year, and I love Tyrod, bro, but everybody was saying that shit. Yo, he's just one injury from like getting hit, and he's donezo. Jimmy G is the same shit, man. So
okay,
I'm good on him, man. Like give Cade everything that he can. I think if you bring a Jimmy G, you're kind of not showing too much confidence in the kid.
And who you're saying?
On Cade Klubnik?
No, I agree. I think, again, they're going to give Cade a shot to win it himself. That's what they want to happen. If he wins it, that to the fans and everyone, that sends a message like, wow, he developed faster than we thought. Look at this guy. He is one injury away from going. And I wrote this piece this morning. This just dropped like an hour ago or something. Rich Samini dropped his 53-man roster prediction before camp. I will see if Mac wants me to do one, and I like doing these. It's a fun process. I'll see if I can do it, and we'll have that show either Monday or Tuesday before camp fully gets underway, and I'll see if we could do that show. But in Rich Samini's version, he had 2 quarterbacks making the roster, Geno Smith and Cade Klubnik. And I wrote, like, wow, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. Like, to have Geno Smith be one injury away, or rather Klubnik be one injury away, a suspension away, a poor performance away, anything, just stepping into the lineup, you better be right. Because Don Munson, the voice of the Clemson Tigers, go Tigers, he always tells me at the end of every interview, go Tigers, go Tigers. Yeah, he didn't say that. Don Munson told me point blank, and again, he can be wrong. I'm not saying he's 1,000% right, but I'm just telling you the information. The guy that's been next to Cade Klubnik for like 5 years, from the high school process to college, like he's been around him the entire time. He told me on the show, days after the draft that, hey, man, if it was up to me, Cade's getting multiple years to marinate and get ready for the NFL level. He does not believe he's ready. Now, again, I don't know what Mississippi State people said about Dak Prescott when he came in as a 4th-round pick, or Kirk Cousins as a 4th-round pick at Michigan State. What did they say? Did people around him say he wasn't ready or was ready? I don't know. I didn't go back and check. But to me, that's bold because in 9 of the last 11 years, the Jets have had to use multiple starting quarterbacks in a season in 9 of 11 years. Inevitably, that backup always finds a way to come in. So to only have 2 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster is interesting. Some teams carry 3. Very few teams carry 4 anymore. You do see an occasional 2 every once in a while, but I feel like the teams that carry 2 just have a really good backup, and they feel so confident in that guy that we're good with the 2. Like whoever. This is a terrible example, but Patrick Mahomes and Justin Fields. But like, if you had a better version, like Alex Smith, there's a much better example. Like when you have those 2, you're like, oh, we've got a rock solid backup. We'll have someone on the practice squad, but we feel good just having these 2 on the 53. Like, man, to only have 2 on the 53 and it be Geno and Cade Klubnik, that would be a very bold decision. That's what Rich predicted would happen. We'll see what happens. Training camp's about to hit, so he's going to get a shot.
In all reality, if Geno Smith goes down, your season, right? It's in the toilet to begin.
I don't know if that's true.
All right, so who's coming in to save the day then if Geno Smith goes down?
The Red Rocket, baby.
Bailey Zappi?
Well, hope is eternal. So if Geno goes down for whatever reason, okay, Cade Klubnik is an unopened package. I have no idea. So there's hope.
But
there's not hope of Bailey Zappi. If Bailey Zappi is the other answer, I want to know what the question is because I'm like, oh boy, this is. I have some issues.
I've been some
issues.
Yeah,
I think Jimmy Garoppolo. To be honest, Jimmy Garoppolo, who we started this conversation, like who could save the day. Jimmy Garoppolo can hold down the fort. He is a professional quarterback, and the Jets are a pristine. And this sounds crazy, I know, but this is a pristine situation. In terms of offensive line, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, a quarterback's dream is to play in an offense that looks like this. Now, coaching staff has to clearly still be proven with Frank Reich. But if I'm a quarterback and I'm just looking at a car to drive around, this Jets offensive car is a car I want to take for a spin. So if I'm Jimmy Garoppolo or any quarterback for that matter, that's something that would intrigue me potentially.
Hey, BG, but I'm with all due respect. And
sure, you can say
quickly.
that, then say anything. That's the rules. Yeah,
right. Yep. But if it's Geno and if it's Cade and Geno goes down, we're fucked, bro. Like the season, we're fucked, bro. Like again, we fucking break rookie QBs. Like we are. That dude throws one interception. We're gonna be on this show. You see, they gave up all of this shit to pick him up.
I will let me guarantee this right now, July 26th. I refuse to. I will never say that. Now, others will, right? I already heard Jake complain about it the first time, so I'm sure that take is waiting. I'm sure that take is fucking waiting in Jake's brain to use. And if so, God bless. Because I remember when they first traded up, oh boy, using all those 4th-round picks. I didn't say that once. If they trusted the quarterback and their evaluation, Bill Musgrave and Frank Reich said, this is our guy. I don't give a shit. I don't care how. Give up 1,000 4th-round picks. If you thought he was the guy and you think he has a chance, then of course you take him and no regrets. You take your guy and hope for the best, baby. And that's it. So no, I will not have that take once. But here's the thing, right? Geno goes down. Everyone say, Paul, you're an idiot. Oh, what a disaster. Here's the situations that can happen if Geno goes down. So Geno goes down in this mythical world. Knock on wood. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But Geno goes down. Let's remove that piece off the chessboard. Okay. So here are the possibilities that can happen. I don't know what is most likely, but let's reveal them. 1, Cade comes in. He's immediately a franchise quarterback. Oh, phenomenal news. We've been looking for one of those for 50 years. Okay. Number 2, he's god awful. He's Brady Cook bad and he's terrible. Okay. So we end up with a top 5 pick. Oh no, please. Oh God, no. Like then in theory, you're in a perfect position to go get a quarterback to replace him. And then the third option is he's just sort of mediocre, like enough to win games, but like not enough to keep you in the playoffs. So you're just hovering around what? 5-6 wins or something. So, like, those are the three possibilities if Cade was the one to go out there in the universe. And again, you in the audience can split your likelihood of a pie chart of what is most likely of those three scenarios. But if he's awesome, that's great news for us. If he's terrible, while I want us to have a winning season, I can't say that enough. My rationalization part of my brain will say, well, 2027. Like it'll suck because like the last 5 games of last year are scars that I still unpack with my therapist on a week-to-week basis about what happened and being forced to watch that like some sort of Chinese water torture of watching my team. Hey, guys, play by play. Come on now. And I'm rallying the group. Come on now. Well, we got a shot here. Jacksonville. Oh, wait. Trevor Lawrence scored 6 touchdowns. Okay. Well, there's always next week. Oh, the Saints, the New Orleans Saints. And let me tell you something about the New Orleans Saints. Oh, that's going to be happening. Oh, we got blown up. Okay, all right. Ooh, Buffalo. Oh, yes, here we go. This is going to happen. Oh, geez. So I don't want to be doing any of that. I don't want to be doing any of that.
As the season approaches, this type of Boy Green comes out. So are you telling me that because he's a 4th-round pick, he's expendable? Cade Klubnik,
sure.
Like just throw him to the wolves.
The Jets have cut 4th-round picks before, so yeah, of course they're expendable. Yeah,
what's Morgan-esque, right?
Yeah. Jalen Saunders got cut. Shaq Evans got cut. I mean, like, and I'm talking about Shaq Evans, Shaquille Evans, a former CFL wide receiver. So, like, yeah, they've cut 4th. So, of course, 4th-round picks are expendable. Now, the Jets, no matter what, let me say this emphatically: Cade Klubnik, of course, making this roster. There's no way he's not.
Yeah.
But then the question is, are you keeping 2 or 3? Because if you have this veteran, we'll use Jimmy Garoppolo as a placeholder for this conversation. It's Geno, it's Jimmy Garoppolo, it's Cade Klubnik. Cade is making this roster. He is not going on the practice squad. He gets stolen immediately. Someone would definitely stash him on their 53 if the Jets did not. And of course, the Jets are going to do that. But the question is, will they have another QB2?
Who's answering for? Will they have another QB2? Yes, they will have. They will have a 3rd.
Okay. So
there'll be another quarterback in the room.
Yes, they need to, bro. Like, I go back. So first off, when you had the voice of the Tigers, Don Munson, yes. I thought that interview was amazing. I thought the insight that he gave about Cade, which was good, but it was also like, yo, he needs some time. Don't throw this guy into the wolves' den yet, because he's not ready. Let him, percolate. Time for the percolator. Yeah, I gotta give you a shout out today as well, Boy Green.
But
I know, but I'm like voices of songs. But you've been Prince of Persia. You give a Game of Thrones. Like, I love you throwing all these different like movie and quotes in there. But again, I know that they have a whole bunch of quarterbacks in the Browns. Would you guys revisit a Joe Flacco, Joe Quarterby QB3?
These are the
Bengals, whatever. My bad. I'm sorry.
Never mind. With the Browns, if you're talking about that one, the one who's probably going to shake for is Dylan Gabriel. And I don't know if I want that lefty. Meh. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like,
No, I get what you're saying.
Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket.
He's with the Eagles. So someone's shaking for you there. You have Jalen Hurts. You have Tanner McKee, you have Cole Payton, and you have Andy Dalton. So one of them is shaking for, I would assume, Andy Dalton. The rookie's probably not. Tanner McKee, they apparently love like another long-lost son, and Jalen Hurts isn't shaking free. So Dalton has the prior connection with Frank Reich. So that one makes sense. Yeah, potentially.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope there are going to be some. But then when you just said a little bit earlier, there is going to be a team that's going to have something like, hey, do you want a starting position instead of being, maybe QB3 with the New York Jets? 6-7.
Well, that's what happened with Carson Wentz, right? So the Jets said, hey, Carson, you want to come here and be this? He's like, no, I'll be QB3 with Minnesota, thanks. And, Jet fans like, fuck you, buddy. But apparently that was his choice. Do you want to be QB2 behind Geno Smith or QB3? Because they have Kyler already at that point. They drafted JJ McCarthy, the top 10 pick, and he went, no, I'll be QB3. And I'm like, Jesus, man.
Well,
like,
if you're playing chess, right? God forbid Gino goes down, season-ending injury, right?
Yeah.
Don't know how long it's going to take him to recover into next season.
Right.
You've signed him. He's under contract. Who's going to be the mentor for said new QB drafted in 2027 with, the top 3, whatever, we have 3 picks in the first round. Who is going to be in that room next year for this, rookie QB? Do you want Geno Smith on a crutch? Do you want Bailey Zappi to hey, buddy, I could show you some things? And
I'd rather, at the store, they have the books, podcasting for dummies. Here are all the things not to do. If Bailey Zappi wants to write that book, I'd love for him to hand that over to Cade Klubnik. That would be spectacular, please. Yeah, here are all the things not to do. Full Oppo, full George Costanza, full Oppo. Like, sure, yeah, I would entertain that. But I wrote this in my piece too. So Easy brings up, I don't want another Rodgers, Zach Wilson debacle. So if Rich Cimini and his prediction is correct, and the Jets keep 2 quarterbacks, and it's Geno Smith and Cade Klubnik, boy, if you're the Jets, you just better be right on Cade, that you believe if the moment struck, he'd be ready. Because in 2023, the Jets trade for Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson, Robert Saleh tells him to go read a book. You're not going to touch the field, but learn from the sage Aaron Rodgers. 4 snaps in, the Jets completely flip script and go, Zach, I'm sure you learned enough over the last 2.5 months, right? Slap on the ass. Get out there, buddy. You're ready. But wait a second. You just said 2.5 months ago that he can't touch the field. He needs to completely reset his brain. But now, because of this new circumstance, you're like, I'm sure he figured it out. Like, that's stupid. If you have a take, like, this guy is not ready, like Cade, for instance, maybe the Jets come to that conclusion. We really like him, but he's totally going to have to redshirt this year. Then you can't make him the QB2. You have to redshirt his ass. You have to put him at QB3 on the 53 and get a legitimate QB2. Now, if you believe if he was called upon, he could step up and you like his moxie and progress and things, fine, so be it. But again, you better be right because AG's ass is on the line. If Geno unfortunately goes down, and we've talked about this unfortunate possibility too often for my liking on the show so far, but if somehow that happens, they better know to the high heavens that Cade is at least going to be competent, because if he's not, AG, pack up the cardboard box, buddy, because it's over. So, yeah, Easy, I'm with you, man.
I tell you this, though, I am a little bit more confident in the coordinators that we have this season compared to last year because, when I said the whole, let's see what Brady Cook is, it wasn't – I knew the dude was going to be trash, but it was more of like seeing what Tanner Engstrand is going to be. Can he coach this kid up enough to make him a serviceable backup? Because imagine if that happened. Imagine if we saw – something from Brady Cook that you could have a Bill Musgraves come in and be able to fully help this kid out, be the long-term backup for the Jets.
Brady?
What I'm saying was, I don't know if you heard what I was.
Let Brady Cook?
Dude, I did not like Tanner. I thought Tanner was shit. And then
but what you think about Brady Cook?
But Brady Cook, right? What I'm trying to say was, could Tanner potentially make this trash of an individual some type of serviceable backup? And it didn't happen. He got fired, and Brady Cook never needs to touch the damn field anytime ever again.
Hopefully not. Right.
But we didn't have a Bill Musgrave. We didn't have that. So this season now. We do. I like what we have. I think they could teach this kid Cade. But again, I go back to your interview with Don, and I'm like, give the kid some time. So bring in a vet, like bring in another guy here to have let the kid completely sit. Let him sit.
So why are you so like Johnny Boy? Why are you so high on your horse? And you're like Jimmy Garoppolo. No, I don't like Jimmy Garoppolo
because Because if the wind blows,
give me a better option. Give me a better option.
If the wind blows, wind blows a certain way,
a better option.
What are my options? I don't know.
What do you mean?
I haven't seen them.
Like, what do you mean? The options
there is
none right now.
There is none.
Okay, so Jimmy Garoppolo is the best of the group.
He sucks too.
If you want to get your ass out of the seat that's labeled laughing stock of the NFL, as we have been sitting in for quite some time, you have Yeah, okay. So if we haven't learned from past experience, like you just stated before, BG,
Okay.
right? Like we got laughed at because they threw Zach Wilson back onto the field after Aaron Rodgers went down. When
Right.
right? Did he read the book in back of you? Right, Beyond Broadway Joe.
Yeah. What book did he read? That's
What book
also
did he read?
read a book. What?
But if
We
you
need
want to
ask
get
him
your
that
ass out
question.
and always be prepared for the worst case scenario, right?
Right.
So you're not going to get laughed at if you were totally prepared. You got to bring in a vet of some kind, and to Johnny Boy's credit, keeps calling Andy Dalton the Red Rocket when he's the Red Rifle, but whatever, right? Red Rocket's a completely different scenario, but anyway,
What an idiot.
I would take Andy Dalton over Jimmy Garoppolo.
Damn right, I would too.
Interesting.
He's
What
got
would you give up for him via trade?
Grizzle, a 6th, 7th round pick, 6, 7, like something like that, just to get him in the building. He's a
BG
grizzled
still doesn't
vet.
know how to do it.
That's what I'm
Right.
doing. I'm going after,
Okay.
the-
Which
see
again,
that?
he's going to be available. The Eagles, again, the Jets can even play hardball and let him get cut, and he's a vested veteran, so there's no waivers, so they could just sign him. And then it's Carson Wentz situation, right? Like, hey, do you want to be? Eagles would be like, hey, we got a spot for you on the practice squad. The Jets are like, hey, we got a spot for you on the active roster, which, by the way, is more money and more primo position. Obviously, you're a snap away from playing, so we'll see. I don't know what his relationship is with Frank Reich, so that's
who do you get laughed at less with?
you probably
Red
get
Rocket.
laughed at either way, but I would imagine Andy is less laughter because he doesn't have the same durability concerns.
Right. Done.
Relatively speaking. Like he's been hurt before, but not obviously to the same level. I see we got some super chats coming in. So Rob Daniels, baby, with a $5 super chats, right, Luna?
Wow.
And Rob, before I even get to your message of choice, you now are the new leader with 9 raffle tickets to our bleeping contest, baby.
I want that back too.
Yeah, there you go. Rob Daniels, thank you so much. By the way, we'll do a quick plug for this in the middle of this and then get back to your super chat. We are doing the biggest giveaway in the show's history. It's July 26th. You guys have 5 days left for this contest. I'll be drawing this winner on now Sunday, August 2nd. The only reason we're shifting the day of the announcement is because I'm going to Jets training camp on Saturday, August 1st. So I wanted to make sure we did it live and transparently. So we'll do it with the Jets Worldwide crew a week from today is when we'll do the drawing. But the final chance to get your money in is the 31st. So I'm not expanding that window for you guys to raise more money. So you guys have to do it in the next 5 days. $25 raffle, $25 raffle tickets. You get 2 tickets to a chance to win 2 tickets in section 118, 2 field access tickets before the game access on the field, and 2 full tailgate passes. Chef Kevin Gilbert's wonderful cooked food will be available, and non-alcoholic beverages like water and Gatorade. All of that will be there on the table. That's worth over $600. But all you guys have to do is spend $25 either here on YouTube, which Rob Daniels has done throughout the month, which we appreciate. Again, he has 9 raffle tickets. He leads the contest. Or you guys can Venmo or PayPal me. That's at Boygreen25, BOYGREEN25, with your first and last name and a good email for you. Because if you win, I want to, of course, be able to reach you so we could get you all your fabulous prizes. So good luck to everybody. Again, we'll be drawing this a week from today, Sunday, August 2nd. But the final chance to get your ducats in will be coming up on Friday, July 31st. So good luck out there. Again, NFL games are expensive. You have a chance to take you and a friend to an NFL game for $25. You can't beat that price. If you have a raffle ticket for $25, you have a shot. The more raffle tickets you have, of course, the better your odds are. But good luck to all those out there in the audience, including Rob Daniels. So again, Venmo, PayPal, or here on YouTube. Let's get to his comment here. We need a dependable, proven backup. Would you count Andy Dalton in a dependable, proven backup category? Rich?
He kicked our ass last year. So
yeah, he did. He came in and fucking threw a touchdown right
Wait,
over.
when?
Yeah.
What? Who did he play for last year?
Panthers.
Oh, did he beat our ass? Did we lose 13-6?
He came in and threw that fucking bomb of a touchdown.
Yeah, but we lost by a touchdown.
So
from Andy Dalton.
Okay, I guess.
He put the
Is that a
dagger in
reason
the-
to sign somebody? If they throw one throw against you, you're like, yep, got to get that fucking guy.
If you look at what he says, right? Dependable, proven, right?
Yeah.
Andy Dalton, dependable,
He is dependable. He's been rock solid forever.
proven, Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's old as balls, so he's
Old as
been a
balls.
proven concept. Yeah.
And from one guy who knows how to set up a fit to Rob Daniels, who, I mean, look at his picture. The man,
I
the
mean,
guy
clearly, yeah,
he is
got
whited
class.
out, right?
Shout out
Yeah,
to
he
Rob.
definitely knows how to. He can dress himself too.
Yeah, he's got some drip. Yeah.
I'm saying, Andy Dalton.
Okay. All right, so maybe that's the guy. I think this situation to watch out for. We've talked about the Eagles. We beat that to death, but Andy Dalton. The Steelers, my gut says
Will Howard.
either Mason Rudolph or your guys' guy, Will Howard, is going to shake free. Aaron
Didn't shake.
Rodgers obviously isn't shaking free. Drew Aller was a rookie. He's not shaking free. So now it's between Mason Rudolph and Will Howard. Now, if they just want a full young room and Aaron Rodgers is the veteran, then they can keep Will Howard and Mason Rudolph kicks the can. And then you have, in theory, a dependable, proven backup, although he's not certainly to the level of Andy Dalton. He hasn't played nearly as long. Or Will Howard shakes free, and you're the Jets. You just go, let's take another upshot swing. We have Geno, Cade, and Will, and there we go. It's Geno and the Jets. Geno, and you just sort of figure out what's going to happen there. So
I love that
Mason
I'm rubbing
Rudolph's
off on
another one.
BG.
Say that one more time.
I said I love that I'm rubbing off on you, singing and everything. See, it's little
I
by little,
hope-
man. Little by little.
I just
See
got to
what
make this
happens
clear.
when you put him on top.
Well, I just hope he's never rubbing off on me again. Let's go to the next super chat.
Hey,
here.
yo.
Chef Kevin Gilbert with a $2 super chat. It's a simple message. Johnny boy, shut up.
Wow.
JB, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And he's talking about, I'm sure, your nonsense about let Brady cook and Tanner Engstrand and Frank Reich and all this nonsense.
Hey,
Brady
fucking-
cook.
I
Here's
fucking-
this.
I hated Tanner,
how-
bro. I could
How
not
much
stand
more
that dude.
disrespectful can you get? Rich to me, and I'm not saying Rich was disrespectful. I'm saying the statement he said. He's on the Jets Collective podcast, and he's asked a super chat on the show about, who's in the running for QB2? Like, isn't it sort of obvious? It's the three guys not named Geno Smith. But he says it's Cade Klubnik versus Bailey Zappi, and I'm going to be honest. So this is a paraphrase quote from Rich. Brady Cook hasn't been a factor at all. Like, Jesus. Like, against Bailey Zappi and Cade Klubnik, who's never played a snap of football, he has, like, no shot, zero, zip and pip, nothing. So, yeah, I agree with Fastest Food Reviews, a.k.a. Chef Kevin Gilbert. Johnny boy, stop. And we had, like, what was it, Brady Cook's uncle or something called into, like, a post-game show last year. He said, or a pregame show, he's like, I love the show, Brady. And I was like, hey, whoever you are, like his uncle or something. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And now that guy probably hates our guts now. Outside Johnny, he loves you, but he hates my guts after all the things I've said about Brady. That's for sure.
Just to go back to the Steelers point,
Yeah.
again, the laughable moments, right? No, it's serious. Like, who are you going to get rid of? Like, if you get rid of Mason Rudolph, who's your veteran leader? Like, how many years have the Steelers been at least at 500 or higher? Right? And where
Since
they end up
2004.
And
Their
where did
last
they-
under 500 season was 2003. That's when they drafted Ben Roethlisberger.
and where did they end up last year? They were in the playoffs. I understand that they have a change of, captain at the helm or whatever.
Right.
But do you think they're willing to give that up just to see the upside of two young guys in back of Aaron Rodgers?
There
I mean-
goes my hero.
It wouldn't make sense. If I was the Steelers and I was making a decision, I'd say, I know what Mason Rudolph is. Aaron Rodgers, all my eggs are in that basket. Drew Aller is basically going to redshirt. So probably my quarterback room would be, if I was running the operation, Aaron Rodgers, Will Howard, Drew Aller in terms of depth chart. Mason, see you later. But I don't know how Mike McCarthy feels because, like, he's a first-year coach. If he was Tomlin, the pressure on Tomlin would be like, I got to win a playoff game, and Mason, in theory, right now could give me more than Will Howard based on just the things we know. There's things we don't know, and maybe that's completely flipped, and Will Howard is more than capable of stepping in a moment like that. But I don't.
McCarthy's an old head. There's like
Exactly.
This isn't his first trip around the supermarket here, so.
Definitely not.
I'm just thinking, like, I'm keeping Mason Rudolph if I'm Mike McCarthy.
If you're Pittsburgh. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So then your boy Will Howard becomes available.
Come on over.
We have another super chat from Rob Daniels. Hit it.
Wow.
By the way, Rob, if you're interested in piling on more raffle tickets, you're already in first place. So if you want to keep showing off, you're $20 away from another raffle ticket to increase your lead in first place. It's up to you. You have 5 more days to do so. But a $5 super chat, he says, Cooper Rush, one of the backups for the Steelers or Eagles that gets cut. Yeah, Cooper Rush. So we haven't talked about him a lot, but he is one of those random guys that's available. There's Joshua Dobbs, there's Cooper Rush. Jimmy Garoppolo apparently now enters the mix after pondering retirement. When he was with the Cowboys, and again, as you guys all know, Hop on Pop is a massive Dallas Cowboys fan. I've seen every Cowboys game, as long as it wasn't on the same time as the Jets, and it normally wasn't because the Cowboys are always in prime time. So I've seen a million Cowboys games. I saw the run where Dak got hurt and Cooper Rush had to step in, and Cooper Rush was like 5-1 as a starter. Like, he is as textbook definition of getting the ball from point A to point B. It's not spectacular. He's just a professional quarterback, and that's it. So his run with the Cowboys was good, and so good, in fact, that Jerry Jones, because Jerry Jones is a crazy bastard, was asked after like the 5th win in a row or something, like, oh, wow, man, Cooper Rush, what are you going to do when Dak Prescott gets back? And Jerry's like, well, I guess that's a good first world problem to have. And he like openly started a potential, controversy. They didn't. Dak, of course, when he got healthy, got the job back. But like Jerry like flirted with it. You're like, what are you doing, man? Anywho, so Cooper Rush with Cowboys land was awesome. In Baltimore land, yikes, he was terrible. I don't even think he threw a touchdown pass. I think it was 0 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, and he was just god awful in Baltimore. And I don't know why he imploded in Baltimore. Again, maybe it's just a bad fit, schematically speaking. And if you brought him back to some of the things he did with Dallas, he'd be better. I don't know. But Cooper Rush, again, he had and Pop will be screaming about it in the comments, that like his run in Dallas was very good. But here's the thing I don't get. Minnesota brought him for a random tryout in the spring, and they were like, yeah, thanks. You can leave. We'll call you. And they didn't. And then now he's just been hanging out there, and there's nothing out there. And we all know how important QB2 is. Why does everyone hate Cooper Rush? That's what I don't know. But I think you have identified the right situations here, Rob. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, same state of Pennsylvania. Jets could go on a scouting trip for the pro personnel department and watch some Mason Rudolph, watch some Will Howard, watch some Andy Dalton. And if you get really frisky, you could go for Tanner McKee. But that one, like, it would be exciting because everyone thinks he's the next coming. So if Geno went down, but if Geno didn't go down, why would you get Tanner McKee? Especially you gave up a 7th round pick swap to get Geno Smith. You were going to give up a 3rd for Tanner McKee to be his backup. That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I think it's probably going to be, if I had to guess right now, it's Cooper Rush, Mason Rudolph, or Andy Dalton. One of those 3 people will be the backup behind Geno Smith.
Agreed.
Can you power rank it on preference between those 3?
Dalton.
Okay.
Rudolph.
Okay.
McKee.
It's Rush.
All right. So then Dalton, Rush.
Ooh.
That'd be my 1-2.
And then Rudolph last. Interesting. Johnny boy?
Same boat. That's that's how I would do it. I mean, because fuck the Steelers.
Okay, I'm not sure what that has to do with anything, but I do hate the Steelers. The Steelers have forever bothered me. So totally.
Even though we had a great time at the draft, so thank you, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's true. They were a beautiful host city, and thank you to the Airbnb that hosted me, Dennis. You have a beautiful palace, so thank you. Thank you to whoever, because like it's not haunted, but thank you to whoever bailed on that last second, because my ass couldn't afford that in a normal situation. So appreciate that person bailed and he was desperate. I'm like, hey, I'm here. So thank you for that. That was beautiful, and thank you for the parking and everything else. That was
lovely. He was the man. That was so clutch, bro. Like being able to, because not
I was
for
worried
nothing.
to sin. Did you see the parking prices like over by the casino and stuff?
Yes.
And I saw like $300 a day, $400 a day, $500. I'm like, shit.
The first day that we got there, and it was $300. I was like, BG, did you see that? That's $300. And then the next day, that shit went in half to $150.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. When I was going by, they had these like parking lots, right? Like, so you go down to the city of Pittsburgh, there's like a dentist office or anything. They're like, hey, I want to make some scratch. Yeah. The day 1, night 1, Thursday night, ooh, like $200. So you're like, damn. Okay. Day 2. All right. $100. All right. And then day 3, $50. or $25. Like they were just, I was just seeing the sign with the big X, actually this much, X, actually this much. And I was just like, wow, okay, there you go. Let's go to some more super chats. I see memberships are being gifted in the audience. EZ with a $2 super chat.
Wow.
Easy has been pounding this drum all off season, and he's right. $2 super chat. Thank you, Easy. I'll add that to your total. We are number 2 in waiver wire priority. So it is the draft order for all of the offseason and through the first month of the season. It does not reset until basically October 1st, once whatever the 4th week completes. So that technically could still be October or September, whatever that is. Once the 4th week is over, it's reverse order standing. So the shittiest teams have the best waiver wire priority starting in October. But the Jets, in theory, could be 4-0. Wouldn't that be something? And they could still have the number 2 waiver wire priority and add players through September. So it is a unique opportunity to add talent. They did that for Quincy Williams, John Franklin Myers, Braxton Berrios. They've done that over the years to get some talent. So could that be the place where they add some quality beef? Rich and Johnny?
If you trust Darren Muji, and
do you?
Seems like everybody does.
Everyone else does, yeah.
We don't know if he was in on the Tyler Barron trade up.
Oh, definitely that was an AG pick.
Definitely.
I mean, but Tyler Barron was just a dart throw, right? Like when did he get picked?
In the 5th round. And you want to know what's funny is that, like, so that ended up being the final pick of the Jets draft, which would have been last year. And the beat reporters always complain about, oh, God, I hate when the Jets have draft picks. I have to do my job. And in that trade up they gave up all of their other picks that were left in the draft to move up for Barron. So the beat reporters' day was over. So you'd think that they would be celebrating and not complaining about it, but that's neither here nor there. But yes. Dart throw. All right. So number 2 waiver wire priority could definitely be a huge asset for the team. So thank you,
Can
Easy.
you trade your waiver wire? Can you trade?
You can't. You can do that in fantasy football, apparently, but no, you can't do that in real life. But I mean, I guess I don't know if the NFL would look at you sideways if you went, all right, I'm trying to think of an example. Let's say someone cut a quarterback or something. The Raiders didn't do it. They have Fernando and Kirk Cousins. The Jets grabbed this guy. And immediately before they claimed him, because knowing that they would get him because of the Raiders situation, they go around the league, hey, anybody want this guy? He's the most, there's a waiver wire article. Here's the number 1 player you should pick up. The Jets read the article. Oh, okay. And they say, hey, team 28 on the list. We'll hook you up. Just give us a little bit of this, a little bit of green, a little bit of this. We'll hook you up. Maybe like I said, the NFL could look sideways, like, hey, that's skirting the rules. That's not how this was intended. But maybe. Yeah, good thought. Appreciate it, Easy. Thank you very much, sir. We've got a bunch of activity here. 5 memberships being gifted from our number 1 Austrian Jets fan, baby. Acknowledge him. Number 1 Austrian Jets fan here on the show. I see we have another membership gifted. I'll pair this in. Mother effing chew, baby. Toot toot. Austrian every time we get a 5 memberships or more gifted. Well, Earl Christie.
Jets, Jets. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sir. There you go, Earl Christie and Darlene. Oh, yeah. Let's frickin' go, baby.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much for having us, and tell those Jet fans, come on, let's get it done.
Let's go.
And then you have the most softest and most...
Here we go.
Jets.
So much passion.
I love Lou being that. He's so focused.
It is. That's beautiful. By the way, MFC, you're $16 away from another raffle ticket. You already have a raffle ticket towards our contest, which is beautiful. And then I see this here for our boy, number 1 Austrian Jets fan. You are $8 away from another raffle ticket. So thank you so much for that. Let's read those new members, boys.
Got him. It's from Austrian. Mark Jalif, Eric B, Jay the Jet Plane, Kenan Good, Jet Life. You want to say the last one, Mr.?
I'm busy.
Okay. And then Rick Star. Rick Star.
I believe Rick a star.
Whatever.
Rick's a
Anywho.
star.
Rick's a star.
Way to go. And then do you also get the one from MFC in there?
Yeah. Planet for us.
Okay, great. That's beautiful. Let's go. So thank you for all the memberships, Austrian, MFC. You guys are the best. We have a member super chat shout out from Mother Effing Choose best friend Philly Noodles, baby. Let go.
Wow.
2-year anniversary. Happy anniversary. I don't know what I got you, Philly, but 2-year anniversary, baby. He says big year for AD. Jeremiah Smith, top 5 pick. Book it. I am assuming he's saying Jeremiah Smith, top 5 pick for us. Damn. Cade Klubnik better be a franchise quarterback. We have a top 5 pick. We're not using it on a quarterback, but unless we have multiple, which would unfortunately be terrible, unless the Cowboys or Packers and Colts all imploded, which would be cool, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But hey, now Jeremiah Smith, I mean, he, from what I just read on Jordan Reed, he had an ESPN draft primer for 2027, and Jeremiah Smith may be one of the best receivers ever entering the draft. And I'm like, wow, that's some high praise. So maybe.
Geno Smith's little cousin.
I think so. I think there is some weird relation, but Smith is a common name, I would imagine. So
They both get pulled over. Both don't have their license.
Jesus,
Who's
wrong with
giving
you,
us
man?
who's giving us the higher draft pick next year?
The Colts.
Colts are giving us the highest draft pick.
You think
for
the
sure.
Colts are doing it?
1,000%. Like the Cowboys, I think, and my dad's going to love hearing this. I think the Cowboys are going to be awesome. George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Javonte Williams back. Their defense is Quinnen Williams, Malachi Lawrence, Caleb Downs, all these dudes. Like, unless Dak implodes, and I don't even know who their backup quarterback is right now. Like, unless the Cowboys implode, man, I think the Cowboys are going to be awesome, unfortunately. Green Bay can be more volatile, but Matt LaFleur is a really good head coach. So they're probably going to be really good. But again, the only thing to root for, again, I'm not going to root for it, but the only thing to root for is an injury for that destiny in my mind to change. I can't see them just being bad healthy. But that's why you get the lottery tickets. You don't know what's going to happen. Seattle, when they traded for Jamal Adams, they thought they were going to the Super Bowl. They eventually did a few years later after Jamal, but they thought that was the final piece. We got the 10th overall pick. That was Garrett Wilson. Seattle, when they made that trade, we're like, we're not giving a 10th overall pick to the Jets. That's not going to happen. So that's why you do it. So great negotiating by Mooch, the old Moochster, Mooch in silence, the Moogician. For making all that happen. Hey, we've got another membership being gifted here, baby. NC Green. Lego. NC Green, you are $16 away from another raffle ticket. Let's go. Where'd this membership go, boys?
Planet for us.
Oh, so Johnny Boy already read it. Yeah. So did you ever get MFCs in there?
Yeah,
Johnny
that was Rick's a star.
I see. All right. I just
And I was
didn't
waiting
hear
for the
line of delineation.
from Johnny Boy.
Choo choo.
There we go.
Chugga 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 chugga. Come on, ride this train and ride it. Choo choo.
By the way, everybody, I see there's a few comments about this. When are we doing our fantasy football leagues? We have a few spots left. I probably forgot to mention this on the Espresso Club last night at like 1 a.m, but we have a few spots left. We have a Coffee Club League and Espresso Club League. If you're in the Espresso Club, you can get the Espresso Club League. If you're in the Coffee Club, you can get in the Coffee Club League. If you're in the Espresso Club, you can also get in the Coffee Club League. That's one of the perks of being in there. So we have a few spots left in each league. If you want to join, hit me up ASAP. Also, NC Green, I think you got to make sure, speaking of NC Green, who just gifted a membership earlier, I sent you an email to join one of the leagues. Make sure you do so ASAP because I don't want you to get locked out and miss a spot. So make sure you guys do that. And if you are interested, you guys can email me. That is Paul A. Esden Jr. at gmail.com. Booyah! That's the email if you guys want to join one of our fantasy football leagues. All you have to do is be a member on the YouTube channel, and you will have access. And as soon as we lock in, so to Mahar's point about when this draft is, I want to get everybody locked in first, and we can discuss, are we buying some championship belt for the winner or something cool like that? We can figure all that out later. But let's lock in those spots ASAP because the draft will likely be in late August or early September. Keep that in mind. So yes, fantasy football, baby. And Johnny Boy, you tried to recruit old Rich over here to do it. He's like, well, I hate fantasy football. This is my last year doing this godforsaken fantasy football. Like Jesus, man.
Yeah, because he's like the shit, bro. He's won like 8 years in a row.
So you've won 8 years in a row. You're just retiring on top. Why don't you join one of the leagues, man?
Right now I'm on the bottom, so whatever. It doesn't matter. Oh, and if you want to get a prize for thank you. Moving on.
Oh, look. Now you're on top.
Moving on up.
All right,
if you want to get a prize,
if
you want to get a prize for fantasy football, go on TikTok. I'll send you a link.
TikTok. Okay.
I'll send you a link. There are these people from overseas who are auctioning off. Yeah, they're auctioning off championship fantasy rings.
Oh, okay, nice.
You can get one for like under $10.
Wow. Okay, great. I had one for a couple years ago for one of the radio leagues. I don't know who has that ring now, but we bought a championship ring for it. That was cool. But it was sort of ceremonial. No one really did anything with it. The championship belt would be cooler because every day, if I win that championship, you guys are going to see that belt on my shoulder every day. I'm going to, the champ is here.
You can show the ring all the time, and it doesn't impede on your fit.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. That's a good point. We got to work on
Do you guys wear your finger in the middle finger or the ring finger?
Do I wear my finger in the middle finger or the ring finger? That doesn't make any sense.
I know. I was trying to confuse everybody.
Well, good. Yeah, you do that every time you open your mouth. Anyway, let's get to a super chat here. This is from EZ here on the channel. I appreciate he's nickel and diamond. I love it. The razor blades and lemon juice approach. I love all these super chat questions. Let's go.
Wow.
Death by 100 cuts.
Easy. I believe it's 1,000, but who's counting? I know you can't. We're $7 away from a raffle ticket there, easy. So appreciate it. Says, yes, you can get a waiver player, then trade them. Yeah, you can. Of course you can. I'm just saying the NFL could look at it a little shady to utilize that platform to trade. Like you could do it in fantasy football, but to get that player and immediately move them, you can do that. That is part of the rules. So take advantage of every roster advantage you have, which again, the Jets do have throughout the rest of the offseason and through the first month of September. So they should do everything in their power to do it. Now, here's just the one problem, though, is that if you claim a player off waivers, you immediately have to cut a player to make up the difference. So, sure, you can claim a player and then try to trade him, but that player you cut, if that player is subject to waivers, they could get stolen by another team. So, sometimes you F around and find out on the chart. So keep that in mind as you're playing the roster gymnastics. But yes, you can flip a player. That is true. So good point there. Easy out there in the audience. All right. I just want to make sure I caught up, on all our super chats. We've had a lively show so far. Much appreciated, boys. This has been a doozy, and all the Jets transactions. This is great. Well, I don't know what that sound was, and quite frankly, I don't want to know.
I think it was.
I wasn't asking for it again, but appreciate it. Anywho, boys, can we get some Jets Worldwide plugs in here? Come on now, let's play. Did you guys get over that plateau? I know you were like one away. Did you get over that plateau now?
We eclipsed it.
Oh,
let me tell you.
I mean, I don't know why you even questioned it.
High and on the rise. Yeah. If you're listening now or after the fact,
or watching,
please, exactly. Go over to @JetsWorldWide, all one word, after this show, and subscribe to the channel because the content just keeps coming. And we're a great show to watch. We are non-biased. Everyone is included. We are all inclusive. We are on Friday nights at 7:30 p.m. I'm not going to say every Friday night because next Friday night we're not.
Maybe your Italy travels, right?
I'm traveling, so yeah, I will be unavailable because I can't do it in a hotel room and stop it.
And some people have performance anxiety. I understand.
Yeah, shut the hell up. Anyway, I knew I hated you for some reason.
I can't do it in a hotel.
It's surfacing.
Doing it well.
The hotel has horrible Wi-Fi, so I will not be broadcasting from. Just again, I hate you. It's just plain and simple. Honestly, yeah. So I'm traveling, but go to Jets Worldwide and subscribe. That's it. Johnny, anything else to add?
Yeah. Yeah. when we just had Matt O'Leary, we just had Chaos on the show. We were talking everything about what we got going on with the camp coming up. He is going to be traveling next week, but I'm more than likely gonna probably do a quick pop-up on Friday just to keep it coming up. So
Sure.
might have a special guest. We'll see,
Oh.
but we want to go ahead and keep that going as well. But we do have a lot of things coming up as well. Once he, gets situated and where he's at, we are really excited to bring on as a first time guest to the show. Amari Brown is going to be joining us.
Oh, cool.
Can't wait to talk all Jets with him, and then we'll keep it going. So we can't stop, won't stop, and we like to perform in hotels, baby. That's what we do.
Great. I did meet Amari Brown at the Gangrene Beach Club.
Yeah.
It was very quick because there was a lot of things going on. So it was a quick dap up. Amari, Jake Aswin show. Great to see you. Hey, Paul, you're there. And so that happened like 2 or 3 times randomly. Amari. And then a quick dap slap and then boop. And then we just kept going. We just kept. It was 2 boats passing in the night.
Respect.
A lot of respect. So him and Frankie V, those are 2 guys I met at the Gangrene Beach Club. They're like, man, we got to get on the show. I'm like, all right, let's go. So Frankie V actually is in Italy, and I overheard that conversation between him and Snowball and everybody else. So a lot of hoopla going on out there in the audience. All right. First off, Chubb for Club. Oh, yeah, baby. Well, I hope you have a Chubb for 2 raffle tickets because you now have them. Let's friggin' go. There you go, Chubb. You officially have 2 raffle tickets to a contest. A way to go, brother. 2. Good luck. It'd be great to meet you in person, Chubb. So we'll see if that ends up happening. Where'd this membership go, boys?
Me? I got it.
You're on.
Flight Boys 2.051.
Okay, nice. Flight Boys. Good to see you.
StreamYard, if you're listening, just put it in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was confused. So, like, here's like maybe my dumbass award of the year. So I joined the Jake Asman show, and we used to simulcast like our interviews and stuff, and we still do that sometimes. But like, I don't know, it has to be longer than that. I don't know. 2 years ago, he brings me on his show, and then he says, "Paul, I see you have some memberships gifted on your channel. Who'd they go to?" I'm looking at StreamYard. I'm like, am I a fucking idiot? I don't see anything in here. Like, I don't know, Jake. Don't know, but blessed be he wherever they are. And he was reading his out. And I'm like, and I'm not seeing his. I'm like, am I a dumbass? Like, I don't see any names in here. And I'm like, I must be my internet or something. Something is amiss. Something is askew. Okay. And I open up a YouTube tab on my computer, so it's always running on mute in the background, and I can double check and check membership. So there you go. I thought I was an idiot, and perhaps I still am, but not for that reason. Here we go. He would not call me an idiot. He has a different word that he'd like to call me. Let's get to a super chat here from Philium. And Philium came up last night on the Espresso Club meeting, of course. One of the best. Hit it.
Wow.
Thank you, Philium. You are $20 away from another raffle ticket, buddy. I love Boy Green and Jets Worldwide. Safe travel, Snowball. We'll miss you. I hope you are packed. Johnny, what are your plans for the show the next couple of weeks? He's talking about, of course, the Jets Worldwide crew. For those who don't know, Rich is taking his talents to Italy. Apparently, him and Sean Stellato are both trying out for the Olympic team. I saw that. The agent for Tommy DeVito is representing Italia, and perhaps Rich is doing the same thing. Did you hear about that, Rich?
No, I have not heard about that.
Okay, actually, here it is. I've got it here. I didn't plan on talking about this, but mixing things live, things can happen. So here you go. Wait a second. Okay, man, Adam Schefter tweets a lot. I just noticed that. All right, here we go. All right, here's your guy, or really my guy, I guess, because I knew him from Syracuse, but I didn't know he was yoked up like this, though. I'll tell you that for free. I thought he was just some little guy. And look at this. So here he is. I'm going to throw him up on the screen. This is Sean Stellato. And this probably is not a good picture to see it zoomed in, but this dude is freaking ripped. And yes, let me read it from Adam Schefter. NFL agent Sean Stellato has advanced to training camp with the Italia men's national flag football team. Stellato will report to the Italian Olympic Committee headquarters next month in Rome, where he will compete for a roster spot for the World Games in Germany. The top 3 teams of the World Games will qualify for the 2028 Olympic Games. He is an NFL agent and apparently will be representing Italia. So, Rich, you've got some extra competition happening over there.
I can take him. It's fine. Look at it. He looks short. Yeah, I can definitely. Yeah,
he can rock a fedora. So shout out to Sean Stellato again.
No one rocks a fedora.
I guess not. Shout out to him though. I work with a lot of his Syracuse clients here ahead of the NFL draft. So big shout out to Sean Stellato. But back to Philium here. So Rich, you're going to Italy. Johnny, how are you going to keep the ship afloat? How are you not going to burn down the building as Snowball's spiking things over there in frustration? Johnny boy, what are the plans for Jets Worldwide during this gap of time?
I am what I am, and I be what I be. And the show must continue.
So just wait and see, just to make it rhyme.
Oh, okay. So,
and that's why we're great.
Well, I guess so. How many shows is old Rich going to be missing?
Just one. He's gonna. Okay. Dude, we're Jets Worldwide, baby. We perform all over the world, no matter what. He's gonna be up in Italy. He's been in Hawaii. We've done stuff that
Oh, Hawaii! I'm jealous. I've never been to Hawaii. Is that as great as Hawaii? Is that as great as it appears on paper?
How great is it in your dreams to go to Hawaii?
How great is it? Like, boy, I mean, it's a 12. It's the sand between your toes, the beautiful crystal blue water, the hula people doing the zuba waba, fipu fapa, and then the lays and whatnot.
So take that and multiply it times 10. And
wow,
that's what it is. It really is an amazing place to be. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Hard to leave.
Yeah, definitely. But when we were leaving, there were storms coming in, so I was happy to leave.
Yeah. Do you think that, like, if you like, right? So we have this sort of utopia perception. Well, you've been there, so like for me, I get to say, as someone who's never been there, I have this utopian image of what I believe Hawaii is. Do you think that would get destroyed if we just lived there? Like, that's every day? Or do you think you would appreciate being there every day? Or does that sort of dull the senses if you are experiencing that all the time?
I spoke to a lot of people who live there year round.
Oh, okay.
And while I was there, I was like, does this ever get dull?
Yeah.
And they're like, hell no. It never gets dull.
Okay, that's refreshing to hear, because that would be depressing as sin. And I'll tell you, there's a few people that work at heavy.com, one of the many places I work, and you can write articles anywhere on the planet. It doesn't matter. You could be in Hawaii, you could be in Thailand, you could be in Japan, you could be in America, you could be anywhere you want. And there's 2 or 3 writers we have that work in Hawaii, and I'm like, you mother blankers. Like, they're on a beach and they're just typing away articles. Oh, Browns trade. Oh, Texans trade. I'm like, damn, that's living the life, man.
The only downfall to Hawaii is how damn expensive it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it expensive? Like what parts of it? All of it? Oh, because it's an island and they have to get all the things.
Everything's imported. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. No, that sucks.
But anyways, going to Phil's. Yeah. So Phil, sorry. we are gonna continue with the show. We're not gonna stop.
Friday at 7:30.
Yep. Every Friday, 7:30 p.m. Especially with it being the first week of training camp. I mean, there's things that are gonna be coming out. So definitely want to be able to go ahead and talk about it. You're gonna have an open line that week to get everybody's thoughts on what they're thinking about what's going on.
But who's the guest on Friday, you said?
Nobody as of right now, because just be myself talking to myself or talking to
the Omari Brown one is coming in the future somewhere.
Yeah.
That is on the 7th of August. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, of course I had to have my guy on there with Omari Brown. We can't wait. That dude is awesome. So we're pretty pumped about that. But
and 7:30 is 1:30 a.m. Italia time.
Oh, okay. Well, so are you going to be tuning in?
Espresso Club at 11 o'clock and whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Fair enough. By the way, NC Green says the Hawaii really doesn't have great sand. It's volcanic. Oh, no, I didn't know.
Well, they have that one beach that the sand is black, right? And it's pretty cool, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to go.
Cool, like cool to see or cool to touch?
Well, cool to see and to touch.
Oh, okay.
So, because you're always tempted to touch. I want to know so much. Song? No, right?
Wow.
Nobody.
Not at all. Well, anywho, that was wow, that was crazy. So, guys, we have all the next time well, actually, Rich, obviously, you're not going to be on the. Are you? I guess I shouldn't just keep making all these rambunctious assumptions.
Stop assuming shit.
So, are you here a week from today?
Yeah, I'll be here. Why not?
Wait, what time did you say it was for you?
So it's 6 hours difference.
Oh, back.
You got to start with 1, okay?
Forward.
Oh, okay.
So
So you're in the
7:30
afternoon.
would be 1:30 in the afternoon.
Always
Oh, okay.
forward.
I thought you said 1:30 a.m. I was like, oh, Jesus. You're a real trooper. Okay, nice.
Yeah. 1:30 a.m.
But 7:30 p.m. will be 1:30 p.m.
Well, actually, it won't be 7:30 anymore. It's 7 a.m. starting next week.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. So starting on
1 o'clock.
all the votes and everything. So
I still think 6:30. I still think 6:30.
Yes. Oh, that's the thing I forgot to do. Oh yeah. Whoops. Sorry about that. Easy was like, where are the damn phone lines? Whoops. I guess I never opened those up. So maybe. I'll do that here in just a second. My apologies. But no, yeah, starting in August, which will be August 1st. So technically that Saturday show, I will not be live. You will be seeing an episode. It'll either be me and Pop or me and Court Sports. One of the two will premiere an episode because at that time of the show, we'll be on a bus to training camp. So we will have something we'll be playing at 7 a.m. It'll be a show you guys have never seen before. It's a show that we have recorded for Saturday morning, and then we'll have a bunch of live content on the YouTube channel. So just keep an eye out for it.
Can't wait.
So yes, that'll be awesome.
Are you couch sleeping? Are you couch sleeping?
I am. Yes. So I got a couch for Friday night. Yeah, I was about to say afternoon, but no, Friday night. So I'll be coming in at a reasonable time now. I switched around a lot of work shifts, so I'll be there at a reasonable time now, which will be cool and ready to set sail Saturday morning. Should be a real doozy. But yes, apologies, Easy.
Sail away.
There you go. All right, let's take a hep time out. We'll open up the phone lines. We'll welcome in some phone calls before we wrap up the program.
1, 2, 3.
A daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. I am Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I am, in fact, the host of Boy Green Daily. We're joined here by the Jets Worldwide crew, JWW. We've got Rich, a.k.a. Snowball, a.k.a. the Master of Disguise. We've got Johnny Boy, the boy that became Johnny, JWW, here on the program. Appreciate you guys. The phone lines are now open on YouTube. It is the pinned comment on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, that's very nice. And hey, we appreciate no matter where you're consuming the show. Perhaps the audio only version where you're like, Paul, I can't call in. This show was over 7 hours ago. That's all right too. Pretend to call in. Bring, bring. Paul, how are you? Have conversations with yourself. That's fine too. Just peachy. Anywho, let's get to some of these callers here on the program, and we'll kick it off here with EZ, who reminded me. I was thinking to myself, like, damn, I can't believe we haven't had any callers, but we didn't have any callers because my dumbass didn't
What the
post the
hell?
link yet. Yeah, that was
What the
dumb.
hell?
But I was thinking in my head, like, wow, no callers, man. No, normally we have a few more, and I'm like, oh, none. I didn't post the link. There you go. Hey, Easy. Oh, wait, what do we got here? Ooh, some lighting. Ooh, nice.
Ooh, a drum kit.
Truth life.
Truth of life.
Oh shit, I can't read.
Yeah, Johnny boy. It's up and down, left to right, buddy. Okay. Yeah, truth of life. It's very clearly right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the band. We rehearsed yesterday.
How'd that go? So
little
Johnny
rough.
boy's normal performance. Yeah.
It was just a little bit rough, but you know, no rougher
Vida
than your
de
show.
verdad.
No
What
rougher
was
than
the
your
problem?
show.
Why were you guys rough? Did someone
Any drinking
screw the pooch or what?
New drummer.
Okay.
And everyone always hypes themselves more than they actually are.
Ooh.
So he was okay. He picked it up better towards the end of the.
But he said he was hot shit and he wasn't.
No, he never said that. He said he knew most of the songs and he was pretty rough, but he picked it up. Hey, so Johnny boy, what's your coffee mug? Batman?
Claro que sí. It is El Batman.
Yeah, I got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh wait, let's get let's see him. Wait, let's go to easy. Oh, here we go. Wait, let me see. Oh, and it's the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Nice, from the 90s. Good.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Heroes in a Half Shell. Turtle Power.
Coffee on a half shell.
They're
Hey.
the world's most fearsome fighting team.
No, I was
They're
trying to bring
heroes
up the
in the
point.
half shell, and they're green.
Yeah, I was trying to bring up a point
When
with
the
the
evil
weight.
shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut them no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
Hell yeah. You know what song I was listening to yesterday? DuckTales. DuckTales is such a
Oh wow, I haven't heard that in a
underrated
long
theme
time.
song,
Oh my god!
you know?
Wow.
Life
Okay.
is like a hurricane here and
Yep.
Snowball,
So-
your turn.
Excuse me.
Anything snowy?
I use the Ninja Turtles all the time in art class.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I love
always
the
ask
Ninja
kids,
Turtles.
Do you know any Renaissance painters or Renaissance artists? And the kids were like, "No, I don't know any." I'm like, "If you know the Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know 4."
That's right. Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good point because any way you can connect to a student is a good thing.
That's right.
That's also true. And hey, major credit to Snowball for that. That's awesome. Right?
Of
'Cause-
course, I mean, I love the fact that he does the emojis. I mean, but
Yeah.
you're not exactly Leonardo da Vinci, but you do a good job. I wonder what Leonardo would have done if he had computer graphics and paint program and all that stuff. What do you think Leonardo could have came up with?
It is easy because Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines.
Do you think he would have corrected the Mona Lisa and put eyebrows on the bitch?
Raphael is cool but rude. Michelangelo is a party dude.
You think he would have photoshopped eyebrows on the Mona Lisa, realizing he screwed up?
Pass.
Anyway, I was trying to bring up a point with the waiver wire earlier.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so if Devondre Sweat is hurt,
Yeah.
and Mozzie Smith doesn't come up to snuff and improve. But by the way, what the frig is going on with Mozzie Smith? I mean, is he improving? Or is he?
No,
I
he's
saw
straight,
he
he's
was-
trash. He's about to be a dumpster dude.
Hey,
Whoa,
whoa,
easy,
that's a
easy.
Mozzie train, dude.
There you go. That was coming. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
But with being the 4th pick on the waiver wire, and I know that we have to replace second pick. Sorry, I know when we get rid of one, when we pick up one, we have to get rid of one. I'm aware of that. However, you can continue to manipulate that. You can bring in good stock for teams that want some. Like you could actually, I don't know if it's illegal to actually make a shopping list.
No.
How about if we made a shopping list for, like, let's say the Rams wanted somebody, or whoever won the Seahawks, they want somebody. They're last on the waiver wire. We could call up and say, hey, we're number 2 on the waiver wire. Anyone you're interested in, and you can give us maybe a draft pick or something. As long as it's before the trade deadline, you can do all of this crap. We're in a brand new fiscal year.
My fiance hates a shopping list. Yeah.
Well, it's whatever. We're not talking about Tatiana, although I'm sure she's a lovely woman, but we're talking Jets football right now.
Shopping list, yes.
Let's stay on point, BG.
Yeah, sorry, I have the attention span of a goldfish right now.
Oh, God. If it was only true. But
hey, so shopping list, yes, that'd be cool. Now, the only thing you have to have is trust, right? Because again, when you claim a player off waivers, you have to cut a player. So let's say I call up Snowball and he runs the Buffalo Bills. I say, hey, is there someone you want? He's like, yeah, I want wide receiver Darnell Tompkins. Can you grab him for us? Sure, we'll grab him for you. I grab Darnell Tompkins. I cut some guy I like, and I say, all right, here's Darnell Tompkins. And they're like, yeah, actually, never mind. We changed your mind. Now I'm stuck with Darnell Tompkins, and I lost my guy. Like, so you have to have a trust.
But
like you can't do a handshake deal. You know?
But you're cutting like player number 90, who's not going to make the team anyway.
Mozzie Smith.
Yeah, or whatever.
Right. Hopefully, whoever that is isn't important.
Right.
If we're talking about right now, right?
But what I'm saying with Tavondre Sweat, okay,
yeah.
Since we're number 2 in the waivers, we can get someone to fill in for him. It won't be as good, but we can get some quality players for depth in pieces that we need. And my only thing with Jimmy G was that I just think he's better than anybody we have right now as a backup because, like my super chat, I don't want another Aaron Rodgers going down and having to throw our second stringer right into the fire right away. I don't want that. I don't want Cade Klubnik to have to be forced to go in. I think Klubnik is head and shoulders better than Zach Wilson. So don't get me wrong with that, okay?
For sure.
But I want the kid to legitimately be either the backup or actually I'd want him to be third string. Yeah. I would love to have a somewhat decent veteran who's got some chops, who's played in the league like a Cooper Rush.
Okay.
Cooper Rush has played in the league. He's had success. Andy Dalton's played in the league. He's had to. I want someone who can, like, this way, Gino can concentrate on first team reps. But I want that second team veteran quarterback along with Frank Reich and who's our quarterback coach this year?
Bill Musgrave.
And I want those 3 guys tutoring this Cade. I really want Cade to be our guy because I don't trust the hype of next year's quarterback staff. I don't.
Wait, Snowball, didn't you say your buddy's going to go see Cooper on Monday?
Yes. He's going to go see.
Okay, see, there you go. So he'll get a up close and personal look at the guy.
The other thing is, you want a player that would actually be interested in coming here. And I think the fact that we have a really decent offensive line and we have Frank Reich as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And I don't have problems with Frank Reich because he's a good OC. Now he wasn't a good head coach.
No.
But then again, the guy on the Patriots, he had 2 shots.
Josh McDaniels.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Say what you want about him. He's a great offensive coordinator.
Sure.
He just couldn't cut his teeth being a head coach. Now, usually a lot of guys they'll screw up their first time and then they'll get recycled and then they'll be good. But he was bad both times.
Much worse.
And I think now he's just saying, look, I have my niche. I know what I'm doing. I'm comfortable here. I think they say you reach as you climb the ladder of success, eventually you reach your level of incompetence. And then if you step back and just stay where you were most suited to be, that's great. Like Rex Ryan, but he was a decent head coach, but I think he was a genius defensive coordinator.
I agree.
Absolute genius of a defensive coordinator.
Genius.
But I mean, you as a person, you always want to try to excel and get better and better and better. So I understand these guys want. Frank Reich's been there, done that. Now he's comfortable and happy just being an OC. Which is probably why he was an easy choice for Aaron Glenn, because now he didn't have to look over his shoulders at Frank Reich taking his job if he screwed up at the beginning of the season.
That's what Frank said in an Athletic article. I believe it was Dan Pompei during the offseason that they said, hey, because someone else asked, like, hey, someone asked, like, somewhere in the last week on one of these shows, they said, Paul, like, what's Frank's end game? Like, what is he trying to go do? And he said in the Athletic article, he's not trying to be a head coach again. He's comfortable doing this role.
Right.
That's what he wants to do. So I think there's a comfortability for everybody here.
Yeah, I think he's good where he is. He just wants to do the job. I think he was a Jet. He was a Buffalo Bill. He knows the AFC East. He knows how to handle the cold weather towards the end of the season. And I know that he is going to embrace the running game
for sure.
And now we got what was our best tight end is now our third string tight end. Think about that for a minute.
Who did you think was our best tight end?
Well, at one point, like 2 years ago, the kid from Long Island,
Jeremy Ruckert.
Yeah, Ruckert was one of our better tight ends. Now he's one of the. I'm not going to say worst. Now he's our third team tight end.
He is
We've got two guys that are markedly better than he is. Now I want him to stay on the team. He's not a bad tight end. I mean, the guy played at Ohio State at a high level, so he's
got
an
extension too. Yeah, he's a solid guy.
Because he's a good, but he's a Jet. That's the type of guy you want to. He is a Jet. You cut him, he bleeds green.
Yeah,
I mean, his dad would.
Bill.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I mean, there's legacy there, and there's a lot to that. Yeah. So I want a guy that wants to be here, and he's happy being on the team and helping out and blocking and doing all that stuff. Plus, he's pretty good catching the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, he knows his place, and he's happy being here, and I'm happy to have him. I love having local guys on our team. I love that shit. I
support
just love
local.
It.
Yeah.
I know there's another player who's out there who we just got who was a lifelong Jet fan. I think he was a linebacker or safety. Who was that guy that they were reportedly saying he was a lifelong Jet fan?
Oh, you're talking about Andre Sisco.
Yeah.
His family are season ticket holders when he was a kid. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's another. Is he still on the team?
He is. Yeah. He signed a 1-year deal last year. Didn't go great. He tore his pec, but he's back this year and he re-signed.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta understand. We got bitten by the injury bug last year.
Yeah.
But we did not have. But we didn't have depth last year.
Right. Right.
The only part of the team that was healthy last year was the O-line. And now I think we're even better. I think we're even better. And, as far as Elijah Vera Tucker, I love the guy.
Yeah.
But the best ability is availability. And I'm not even mad at him for going to the Patriots because maybe they were the only one who gave him a shot at being on a team, period.
Giants offered a contract. Yeah. Giants offered him, wanted him on a big deal.
What was the deal the Giants offered him?
It was less guaranteed money. Patriots gave him more, so he went to the Patriots. But yeah, the Giants were very close to signing him.
With his injury history?
Of course not. No, not at all.
So we can't hate him for it. I mean, it can leave a bad taste in our mouth because of our personal feelings towards the Patriots. But the guy still is a human being. He still has a family. He still has to, keep his mouth, everybody fed.
Yeah, of course. Mouth fed. I got you.
Yeah. Right. What I wanted to tell you though, I was so impressed with Friday's show.
Earl Christie. Yeah, what a legend.
What a gentleman.
Yes.
What an absolute beautiful human being.
Yeah.
One of the things I was trying to do, and I was looking all day that day for a vintage Jets jersey because I don't like the new iteration of the Joe Namath style jersey where the numbers come down and just stop square here and part of the plate bleeds into the other part. I don't like that. I like the 1972 Jets jerseys where
maybe you can find a vintage one,
Yeah, but you can't find them. Mitchell and Ness. I even called Mitchell and Ness. They don't even make like 1974 style Jet jerseys anymore. Those are the ones that look like when Parcells first switched them back. Those
Yeah.
jerseys were, they had the numbers were in the right places. The stripes were in the right place. I don't like the stripes that come over the top and then just stop right on the number panel.
The worst.
And it just square. They just look like shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They look
No,
like
that's
shit.
right.
I
Lay it
like
on
it.
us.
I like the jerseys where the guys had sleeves. I just I like when we tucked in the pants where you didn't have your damn freaking t-shirt hanging out of the front of your
100%.
clothes. It's just they used to have at
I like
one
the belly
point,
button showing.
they used to have the fashion police for the NFL, and they used to force you to tuck things in. They used to force you to have your socks pulled up right, and your pants. The pants had to be below the knee. Now they have the socks up above the knee, and the pants stop just above the kneecap. That's bullshit. You wonder why everybody's getting hurt and everything. I know it sounds childish and babyish.
No. Hey, Jerry Rice and Dion Primetime Changers both said this. You look good, you play good. I've always, when I was ready for football, I wanted pristine. I wanted my uniform to be exactly right before a game.
I'm not watching a bunch of high school kids play football. I'm paying $200 to watch an NFL team play football. I want to see a profession. I want to you don't go into the office with a suit and have your shirt untucked.
Nah.
You go into the office, you got your shirt tucked in, you got a tie, you wear a belt. Oh, am I boring you, Johnny boy?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I know some people that go into and it's not tucked, and they're conducting like a lot of
unprofessional
transactions.
That's unprofessional.
It's not unprofessional.
I'm just saying
it's a new day.
Show some respect.
Oh, you mean you're talking like guys like Elon Musk who just go in there with a golf shirt and stuff like that? I'm talking about when you're in a uniform. Yes. Would you expect to see a Marine with his shirt untucked?
No,
of course not.
No.
Well, I don't expect to see my football players with their shirts untucked.
Set a high standard. I like it.
Two different things, it's military.
No, it's not two different things.
No, Snowball. It's not two different things. Okay,
it's not two different. It's about discipline.
Boy Green has those little things on the side right now. He does. I just saw it. It popped up real quick on the screen.
No, I just want Snowball. I just want you to show a little more respect to Easy.
Do it, Boy Green.
Show a little bit more respect.
Are they going to let D'Angelo Pons rip the bottom of his, his pants?
He should.
Right?
Incredible Hulk style.
That's it.
I'm not talking preseason. I'm not talking practice. I'm talking
about
games.
Games.
During the game. An actual NFL game. I want to see their uniforms tucked in. I want to see them looking good. You look good, you feel good, you play good. So same thing with baseball. I like when the guys used to have their baseball socks up.
Yeah, come on.
Man. I love to look at those I love those stirrup baseball socks.
Great socks.
They just look so fucking good on a uniform. I just want to go back to seeing that.
Me too.
I love the baggy ones.
Oh, when they had the baggy pants, but they still had the socks up.
Like in the 1920s, but they had the socks up.
And Babe Ruth and all those guys. Yeah, I mean, but that's because, they didn't make fitted clothing as well back then, too.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
But they had the socks. They
Socks.
all had the socks.
Game was
now you see, I remember back in the 60s and 70s, the old Oakland A's.
Red Sox, by the way.
Yeah. Remember the Oakland A's? They had those green and yellow socks in the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
Those looked so good, man.
So good.
They looked so fucking good. I miss that shit.
Yeah, me too, man.
I do. I really miss it.
Maybe they sell that somewhere. I'll have to look it up. Easy. I'll have to see if I can find it.
The tube socks or the stirrups?
Yeah, the stirrup baseball socks. I wish all the teams would go back to doing that. I really do. It's just it has, or at least on old timers. Shit, man, they used to make that a rule for Old Timers Day or the World Series or something. It just looks so professional.
Yeah.
I like those socks.
I love
They're
it.
so unprofessional now.
Well, we'll try to see if we can work on that. But Easy, you're the freaking best. Thanks for all the super chats today, buddy.
Thank you,
man.
Yeah, death by 1,000 cuts.
There you go.
Or 100. Or 100.
Well, because my son, he plays Fruit Ninja, so he's just going as fruit's going on there, so that's pretty cool. But before we go back to the phone lines, Jet71 is here on a beautiful West Coast day. Look at this beautiful super chat. Look at this.
Wow.
That's fucking awesome. Dude, I love that dude, man. He's funny.
Morning, boys. Thanks for the great content. $15 super chat, which, by the way, Jet71, you officially have a raffle ticket towards our contest. Now, I know it's a tough trip. To
Do
come
it.
over from California. But he has a raffle ticket, so he has a shot to win the ticket. So you would think it'd make that trip a little bit easier. We'll see. Again, I don't pick who wins. It's the random wheel of name picker that will determine the winner a week from today for this Jets Brown ticket giveaway. So Jet 71, thank you for waking up and being a part of this show over there on the West Coast. $15 super chat, baby. Appreciate you out there in the audience. That's
Shout out to Jet 71. Like, he came on last night rocking the new gear, had the whole back set up just like we like it.
It did.
Thank
But I
you
will
so
tell
much.
you, I agree with him. He says if I win, talking about Jet 71, you'll kill me if I don't come. 100%. If you like, what are you going to do with the tickets and the everything? Because like, again, I understand it's a tough trip, but if you win the tickets and the full package, how do you not come? So like, that would make no sense. So you have a shot, Jet 71. We'll see what happens. Again, it's up to the wheel of names to determine who will come out ultimately on top.
I know he's in real estate, right? You know, Jet
He is.
71,
He's a
real
realtor.
estate.
Yep.
But like, you know, you can put another real estate agent on the case for
can't
flying
you?
on Sunday morning.
Right.
Like, he's rolling deep. He's got Van Goghs on the wall. So,
That's
like,
true.
You know,
That's true.
Gee.
And what is it? You can red eye it or whatever the thing is where you can come in, come out real quick on Sunday. Like, come on, man.
That's it. Johnny does that all the time.
Okay, I've never done that before. So
You've never done that?
Nah. But let's go to the phone lines. Mr. Legend, famous Fulton joins us.
Thank God, some sanity on the show.
Mr. Legend?
Guys. No.
Oh, God, you're in a tunnel. Mr. Legend?
I'm here.
Oh, thank God. Okay, great. You said you
How
apologized.
are you guys this morning?
Yeah, we're doing great. You
It's
apologized?
okay.
What's going on? What were you saying sorry for?
Well, I'm not feeling myself today. I got hit in the softball with the bat yesterday.
Someone beat you with the bat yesterday?
What happened?
Well, I was heading up to bat for our second softball game.
As
and it
everyone
hit me,
does, of course. All right.
Yeah, it hit me like in the forehead, like right in here.
A baseball bat hit you in the forehead? Jesus.
With the softball. Yeah.
Oh, the softball, not the bat.
Yeah.
It was the ball.
Yeah.
You got hit square in the face?
Yeah, I did.
How fast was it coming at you?
Money shot.
It was a pretty fast one, I think.
Oh, is it a fast one? Did you go down like a sack of potatoes or what?
No, it's not a sack of potatoes, but
no, I was just using a matter of phrase. I just meant like when you got hit, did you just fly down to the ground or did you like get hit and go, geez, ow, like, and you kept standing? Did it send you down to the canvas? What?
I was hitting the bat.
All right.
And then I swinged it and it hit the helmet, the softball helmet.
What?
And then it,
the ball or the bat?
The ball hit my face, and then it hit my helmet.
Jesus.
And now I just got like a big knot in there. So.
Jeez.
Don't laugh.
Do you have a concussion?
I don't know. Do you see it?
All right. Let me see. Let me take a gander here. I'm a doctor, so don't worry. I'm a professional. All right. Turn it a little bit. Does look a little swollen. Yeah. Have you been applying ice?
Get some meat and put it right on your forehead and press it.
Yeah, I put it last night. I put it on last night, but it's not helping at all.
Well, yeah, you're going to have to just do it like, once an hour, put some ice on it, and then push it real good.
So you can attest
that.
Like
it's in a big knot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
real good.
If I was doing a Tommy Boy reference, it's not here or here, but it's right here. No, I don't see anything. Jesus, what happened to your face? So, no, there is a slight protrusion happening on the right eye socket. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, there's softballs. Breaking news: softballs not soft.
No, hard. As a
My
matter of
mom
fact,
has the video. My mom has the video. She'll send it to me, and
Oh,
then we'll
sweet,
send
please,
it to you.
please,
Let's
please.
can wait.
Like America's Home Funniest Videos or something. That'd be cool. I mean, it's probably not funny. I mean, that probably hurt a lot.
No.
But definitely, we'll review the
But we
footage. for
did.
you.
But we lost our first game. But we won our second game, so it's 1-1.
Okay.
It's fun, but you got this though, man. It's pretty badass. He took a softball to the face, and
that's true. Not a lot of people could do that, and they would call into a show the next day. So you rest up that eye, pal. Get it back to normal level.
I might have to go see the doctor and everything, so I can.
You should, because you're sort of looking like Igor right now. You know, like there's a little bit of that action happening. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just there's some damage. There's some damage, but hopefully the doctor will be able to fix it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Like for instance, let's do a comparative analysis here. Like Johnny Boy, the damage done to him is non-recoverable. Like this is chronic. So what he's dealing with is something doctors won't be able to help him with. But for you, there's still hope.
Unless it's Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre couldn't help him either, or Dr. Doolittle, or Dr. Seuss, or Dr. anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure, Doc Gooden,
or Dr. Kevorkian.
There you go. That's right.
Dr.
So,
Pepper.
Mr. Legend Famous Fulton, please heal up and
feel better, brother.
Yeah, try to.
Thank you. Just keep me in your prayers, guys.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. I'll send you guys the video as well. So
please do. I definitely want to review the footage. I want to review the footage. For purely informational purposes, I'd like to review that.
Can we please be part of the viewing of this footage as well? Because
I'll check in with my people. I'll check in with my people. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. James, next. James.
Oh, thank God, man.
James,
thank God,
what's up,
James
brother?
is here.
James.
I'm trying to keep it together here as best as I can. That was my stomach hurts. Good thing I don't have kidney stones.
Yeah, that's right. I was able to pass mine earlier, so I feel much better now. So thank God.
You know what I mean? Oh my God! But God, I hope he's gonna heal up quickly. Anyway, that whole thing threw me off. I had a topic to go. Snowball. Where are you going in Italy? My family's from Bacoli, Poggio Marino, right outside of Naples.
Yeah, so we're right outside of Naples also. Probably like an hour and a half, kind of like from Naples.
Oh, good.
East
How long you going
for? There.
It's the nipple.
So you
part.
I actually came up in conversation yesterday, James. We were at the supermarket. And my wife's like, do you want to pick up some fennel? And I was like, oh, this guy on the Boy Green show, James.
Finocchio.
He said, he goes, if you pick up Finocchio, right? Anyway,
little salt. That's it.
Right. And he said, put salt on it. And she was like, why? Why salt? And I'm like,
that's how my grandmother did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never put salt on it, but yes, we
because it has that. You know how it tastes. It has that fennel flavor, but
it's licorice.
The salt kind of adds a different element. It's just a good palate cleanser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Snowball, answer the question. Yeah. How long are you going to be in Italy?
Until the 18th of August.
Oh wow!
Whoa, okay.
Good for you,
buddy.
Wow. Look at you. God bless you.
I don't have to pay for. I don't have to pay for a hotel. I mean, it's.
But the airplane ticket. I imagine that's a pricey endeavor.
We're taking like a 12 o'clock, like a midnight flight. So we
the only bad thing about you got to take the train all over the place there.
Really?
Rent a car.
Yeah, you could rent the car, but it's totally different. When I was there, I was like, "What the? This
is it opposite side of the road in Italy?"
No, it's the same side of the road.
Okay, same side.
It's only like 1,000,000 miles per hour everywhere.
Yeah. What you have to watch out for is the Vespas, like in Rome. And, What they do is they're like pocketbook snatchers. So they'll ride up if you're with your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. They'll come up and they'll just snatch her purse and drive off.
Oh my God!
The worst place in the world to drive is Naples.
It's crazy.
Is the worst place to drive. The worst place.
Yeah,
it makes Manhattan
it's crazy.
Look like nothing.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild, and it's like when you go there, it's it's a total different layout and land structure and architecture and everything. But
it's pretty dope.
Good for you, man. You're gonna enjoy. So who's injured here? Tavondre Sweat. When did this happen?
So here are the three. So there's 3 injuries. Some are more serious than others. So we'll start off with Tyler Barron. I believe he tore his ACL in December in some form or fashion. He tore his knee up, but like again, he's probably not going to make the team. So let's put him aside. Tim Patrick hurt something. He shouldn't be out long. But again,
he's not even going to. I don't think he's going to sniff the field anyway.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's wide receiver 6, so he doesn't matter. Let's get to Devondre Sweat. So he was placed on the NFI list. That means he got hurt somewhere between mandatory minicamp and training camp doing a non-football related thing. So who knows? He could have been running. He could have been working out. He could just be playing with kids if he has any, or jumping in the pool, Shamu, whatever the hell he was doing.
Whatever that. Yeah.
So he hurt his hamstring. Zach Rosenblatt says it shouldn't be serious. So people are speculating it could be a week or two.
Good thing he's not running past 10 yards. So
right, exactly right. He's in a phone booth, so hopefully that should help. In terms of it'd be worse if it's a running back or a wide receiver or something of that nature. So right, so
of course,
just not serious. Yeah.
So it's nothing to worry about here
at this point, right? Yeah. Aaron Glenn will speak later this week, so he'll be asked about it, I'm sure. So hopefully.
When did the vets report? 2 days.
Tuesday. The vets report. First practice is Wednesday.
Okay, we're here, boys. I'm jacked
up, baby. Finally,
I can't wait. Hey, you going to any of the games this year?
Of course. I go every year. I usually go to Richie's home opener, Jets Media, every year. I've done that for like the last 4 years in a row.
Okay. So Jets Browns, you're going to be there for our tailgate. You're going to be there. We're doing Jets Browns.
Is that
too.
the same game? Then yeah, I'll be there.
Me and Rich are doing the same game, so we'll see you week 5.
Richie's usually in like lot J. Where are you guys?
I'll have to ask. Luby's been trying to call in, so he is the one that knows our tailgate number or what.
I want to meet Luby so bad. I never met the guy.
You will meet him week 5. It's happening, so you can hang out at the Richie tailgate, but then there will be some break of time where you can swing over wherever we are.
Dude, when I go there, I'm all over that friggin' parking lot. I don't just stay in one spot. So
cool. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Great.
All right,
finally going to meet James. Let's go.
Absolutely, boys. Sounds good. We'll talk soon. Hey, Snowball, safe flight. Have fun, brother.
Thanks, man.
There he is.
I appreciate it.
James, you're on the show. James, I'm glad that we got to get him into a belly laughter because I could see the green room. So as we're talking about the I just see him just losing it, and it was hilarious. So that was funny. All right, we have 1 million callers, so we'll keep going down the call-in train here. Up next, we have Bill Aimley. Bill.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Hey, you're somebody else we're going to see at the tailgate. I can't wait for that.
Yep. Mr. Fulton, get well soon.
Man, he's getting beat up a lot. The knee, the face. I mean, good Lord. Yeah.
But if I got hit by a softball, I think I would rather go down like a sack of potatoes than a ton of bricks. Somehow the latter sounds more painful.
Yeah, but I believe they did. I don't know if this is something that old Art Vandelay over at the same time.
Right, but let's say one hits a little easier than the other.
That's probably true. But if I was Mr. Famous Fulton, I would have went down like I just got shot by a gun, and it's just more, sort of dramatic. And then when I peel myself off the canvas, I'm like, no, guys, I got it. I don't need a card or anything. I got you. I didn't hear no bell. That's it. That's the kind of energy I want to bring. Yeah,
it's like watching Met games. That's painful to say the least.
I'm sure it
is. That feels more like the ton of bricks part.
Wait, didn't they lose to the Dodgers last night?
Yeah, they're now 19 games under 500.
All right, so a little bit of a hole to dig themselves out of. Yep.
Right.
So shot to the dick.
One can look at it in two ways. The optimist can say, well, there's 57 games to go. If we actually have a run and win 47 of them, we'll have 90 wins.
Okay, that math checks out. Yeah.
The pessimist, on the other hand, will say, I don't know. If I'm looking at the way they're playing on the field, it's more likely they'll have 100 losses than 90 wins.
Well,
so for the person who's on the fence as far as which way to go, my suggestion to them is keep plenty of Kool-Aid in the fridge and Tylenol in the cupboard.
It's good
because if the former happens, I guess your pizza will taste good with the Kool-Aid. But if everything goes well, you're going to need something to wash down all that Tylenol. So why not the Kool-Aid?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anyway, the subject matter of today's show is definitely the one area that concerns me.
Sure.
As I said, I'm being very optimistic with the roster and all, and technically, I truly believe the team can win 7 to 10 games this year.
Let's go, baby.
However,
yes.
The injury bug can't be eliminated as a factor because it's been a factor the last 3-4 years, and it gets frustrating, and you don't want to see your top players go down. And so if they remain relatively injury free, then 7 to 10 wins is a possibility.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
That's minus the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, right. Well, hey man, give me 7 to 10. That'd be great. Again, we haven't had 7 since like whenever it was. Like it's been a few years. We've been sort of toiling in 3, 5, this, that, or the other. We certainly haven't had more than 7 since 2015. So like it's just we've been putting from the rough, as they say. Yes.
Yeah. The other thing though is that even if they manage the 10 wins, if they don't make the playoffs or if they're eliminated in the first round, I think people are going to be just as pessimistic about the team.
Especially if the 10-win thing happened. If for the second time in 11 years that just won 10 games and somehow didn't make the playoffs, I would be questioning everything in my life. Like to ever have a scenario where you win 10 games, you don't make the playoffs is nuts. But to have it twice in the last 11 years, and in this most recent occasion, they've expanded the playoffs and you still missed it. Like more teams make the playoffs now than in 2015. So like, yeah, that'd be a devastating blow.
I mean, that would go right to the same old Jets, right? Jets,
because it's the worst part. Because if you if we win 10 games, we go to the playoffs. That's exciting. If we win 10 games, don't make the playoffs, and then we just have the most terrible pick that you could possibly have, because that's what happens in the Darren Lee year, and that went in a completely different direction. That was the 2015 year. It would have been the 2016 NFL draft. The Jets were 10-6. They were good enough to win games, but not make the playoffs, not bad enough to get a top pick. So they ended up with Darren Lee in that draft. They were picking 20 because that sucked. Like they didn't make the playoffs. Like you don't want to be in that purgatory normally, but hell, the Jets have won a lot of games in a long time, so I'd take it.
Yeah.
Take 10.
Yeah. The other thing that I'm interested in, but again, it's hypothetical.
All right.
But definitely something that we can probably have a strong opinion on one way or the other. Should the Jets actually make the Super Bowl, whether it's this year, 5 years from now, whatever, they make the Super Bowl, but they don't win it. Is that a failure, or will the fan base finally feel like, damn it, at least we made it, thank God?
No, that's an absolute unequivocal failure. The Jets have won every single Super Bowl they've ever been to. Okay, they're batting 1,000. Hey, that's some people would point out that fact you just said. Every time they go, they win. I don't want to affect that streak. That streak's going pretty good. So
I'd be so proud of this team from going from where we were at last year.
What a loser.
Potentially going and having an opportunity to maybe
what a loser's take to have. What a
loser. I would still be satisfied if this team got to the Super Bowl.
I am a rationalization guy. If after they made a run to the Super Bowl, I would convince myself, like, man, we made it. Like, we were the AFC champions. I'll have an AFC champion hat. And if anyone has that, that means they didn't win the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I'd wear that hat, and that would be the support that I would have. But you're telling me beforehand, like, hey, man, you go to the Super Bowl and lose. No. Hell no. I want to win. I want winners.
That point changes the whole scenario. Knowing you're going to lose.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That destroys it. If not knowing, like just going into a season, that's different to me. Knowing, like, hey, buddy, you know this entire journey as you're going through the ups and downs. You're like, oh, I can't wait to make the Super Bowl. I know I'm losing, but I can't wait. And then, like, no, like that would kill me. No.
I would look at it like fuck, I get to enjoy this moment with my pops. I've never been able to do that. You know, we've been waiting for so long. There's been so many people that have passed.
You've been waiting for so long to see the Jets lose in the Super Bowl?
You know, dude, to even have a winning season. How many winning seasons we've had? That means we had a winning season. That means we're in the playoffs.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean we haven't been in the
playoffs.
Teams have made the playoffs like with 7 wins.
We haven't been in the playoffs. How long?
15 years.
Yeah. There's like none of my kids know what none of that is.
How old are
they? 12.
It's taking a little too long, Antonio Cromartie.
And 2. Sorry.
Yeah.
How many
You
kids
know,
do you
I,
have? 4, 5, 6, 7. That poor bastard. He said
I
that was
know that
edited to make him look like crap. I feel so bad for Antonio.
I
but-
know,
I know
man.
you
Bullshit.
guys are familiar with this particular saying because I was raised on this.
All right.
Doesn't matter whether you win or lose, but how you play the game.
Yeah.
And then of
BD.
course Al Davis came in, and
Right.
all of a sudden
me.
it went from that
baby.
saying to just win, baby.
If I was a coach, it's about winning. It's not like, hey guys, we're all gonna give it our darndest effort and let's just hope for the best. We trust the process, and the results will come if we do the right process. Hell no, win the
Yeah,
game.
but just remember, two teams go to the Super Bowl. One of them is going to lose.
Yeah, the
So
other
you
team,
figure,
not me.
and so
Yes.
so even if you're the losing team, if you played your butts off and the other team just happened to be that much better,
You know what? You're right.
you know what I'm saying?
I want to apologize. I want to
right, there's still
apologize.
there's
'cause I'm
still going to
wrong.
be negative fans on that. I understand.
I'm sure there
I
is. You know what,
understand.
Bill? I can admit when I'm wrong. That's what I love doing about the show. People bring new information to the table, and I'm wrong. Can you just remind me, Bill? Because I forgot. What is the team that finishes in second place in the Super Bowl get? What do they get again? Oh, nothing. I see. Yeah. You know, screw that. Oh, God,
Yeah,
no.
there you go.
Come on.
But it's so contradictory because before the season starts, right? We're built for this shit, you know, all this. We crap on this guy because he's so confident. But if you say,
we're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's right. But everyone wants the calm, cool, collected, you know, we're gonna, you know, let's see what happens with the roster during the, like, what the hell do you want? Like, people are never satisfied.
Yeah, they're always gonna push the fucking field goal post, bro. Like, it is what it is.
By the way, what the hell is going on with your hair, Johnny boy? I've been trying to ignore it the entire time. Albert Einstein over there. What the hell? It looked like you stuck your finger in an electrical socket. Based on your childhood, I imagine that's not the first
why I
time you've
always
ever
get
done
a
that
haircut because my hair starts to look like Johnny's.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
He sort of
but
looks
I
like
mean,
my kid is one of those Play-Doh
love-
figures, and then you just keep shoving the Play-Doh in, and it's just like,
I just,
Yeah,
you know,
that's what's
I love
happening.
I got nice hair, dude.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful. Well, Bill, thank you for your insights, and
Have a great weekend. God bless all our families.
Yes, blessed be.
You know, good health to all. Take care.
Amen. There he is, Bill Aimley, who again will be at our Jets Browns tailgate. All right, let's keep the train rolling. Oh, he didn't do it. Okay, nice. All right, let's go to it. Oh, it was just delayed. Ricky New York Live is at the front of this train. He had a live show last night. Of course, Ricky New York Live, the YouTube channel. Subscribe. You see
He's
it on
a
his
good
Twitter.
person
He's
to
asking
ask
people
about
to
this.
research. Okay, great.
Definitely. And thank you for that. And thank you to everybody that's been subscribing. We had kind of a little surge the last couple of days, and now we're 16 away from hitting 400. Nice. But man, you know what? I call me greedy, but I don't want to go to a Super Bowl and not win. Like, you know, what's that? He was saying about the different sayings that he grew up with. Well, there's a NASCAR saying, second place is just the first loser.
Right. What's the Talladega Nights thing? What does he say? If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah.
See?
So,
100%.
Little bit of shake,
like
little bit of
that would be crushing to make it all the way and then not win it.
100%.
But you know.
Oh, let me ask this question around the panel real quick. Okay. Jets go to the Super Bowl. Forget the result, right? You won't know until it happens. I'm not going to predict what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch it? It's basically the draft question. Hey, Kenyon Sadiq, do you want to come to the draft or you want to watch it from home? Would you, if you had an opportunity to see the New York Jets in the Super Bowl, would you go or would you watch it from home? And before you rush answer this question, just consider both possibilities. The win is probably the greatest moment of your life. You're seeing your team win a championship, football immortality. They're going to play this forever. And you could probably get some confetti that blows all over the place and collect it home. If they lose, it's the most devastating moment of your life. You see it in person, and that will forever be seared into your brain because for the other team on the other side of the field that won it will be replaying that forever as a championship. They'll have a banner that reminds them of the pelt on the wall that they used from the blood of the battle that they beat you with. Okay. Or you're at home and you just enjoy it with your family. So we'll go around the room. If you had a chance to see the Jets in the Super Bowl, not knowing the result, I'm not telling you it's a win or loss. It's whatever it's going to be. That's the risk of going to any game. Anything can happen. We'll go around the room. You tell me whether you'd go to the Super Bowl and risk whatever that is or just watch it from home. Let's go around the room. Snowball. Would you go?
I'm 55 years old. The chances of me seeing a Jets Super Bowl, for a second time, is probably little to none. So for me, I'm going to be by myself. If I go, I'm going to be by myself. If I go
in
to the
this
game,
situation, yes, you'd be by yourself. Yes.
No,
yes.
I'm home. I'm home with my family.
All right, Johnny boy.
I'm the same way, man. Dude, I'm a family guy. Like I want to enjoy this shit with my pops. Like and then my son. You know what I'm saying? All three of us, all the three generations of Jimenez's that'll be there.
Yeah.
To be able to enjoy that because again, like Snowball said, I mean, shit. When's the next time we'll be able to see something like that? So. I want to be able to be there with my family, enjoying them, me, my wife, my kids, the whole nine.
So at home.
Yeah, because dude, I can't. You're at the game, you're not gonna be able to fucking get up. Do you know how nerve-wracking, how fucking like intense we get when we watch these games?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's comfort of my crib.
Okay, so you would. Okay, Ricky, would you go to the Super Bowl, watch it from home?
You know what? And I agree with what they're saying, and. You know, family is very important.
But
absolutely love my family, but I'm going to the game. Sorry.
I'm going. There you go.
Fuck my family. Fuck my family.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
F
I'm
them
gonna
kids.
Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. I'm just kidding.
Like,
there you go.
You know, because if they win, that's the greatest moment, ever, for me as a sports fan. Like nothing would ever surpass that, and that would be a memory I'd have forever. Now, if they were to lose, that would be absolutely heartbreaking to have to watch that in person. However, I had worse things happen to me in my life.
Well,
so
all right. Well, I guess
I'm still going glass half full on that. As bad as that would be, I've had worse, so I'm going.
My caveat is this, okay? Like, I think this is the difference for me. Did I just win this ticket in a raffle, or did I pay an exorbitant amount for this and gave up my left kidney for this? Apparently, my kidneys don't work anyway, so I'm willing to give them up. So that's my question, because I think if I had to give a seismic amount of money, which is what normal people have to do, most people don't get gifted Super Bowl tickets. I'm like, because like if we, I'm an optimistic guy, but if we lost and I paid for all this, like I'm one of those guys who will look back and go, oh Jesus, what did I do? Like I can't separate those things. That would be very difficult. So I'd probably watch it from the comfort of my home. Again, if I had the opportunity to go for free, all right, here we go. But the seismic amount of money that it would possibly require. Now I say this now, and then the Jets are in the Super Bowl, and I'm like, here, take my children's educational money. Yes, I'm going. Yeah, that might be the real case. But right now, on July 26th, in a more calm state, without that being a real possibility, it's just somewhere floating out there. I would say I watch with my family at home. But I also don't want like a party. I don't want anybody over. Get out. I want to watch a game. I don't want you to say, "Hey, Paul, man, what did you think of that Super Bowl commercial, buddy?"
Shut the fuck
Dorito
up.
So
That's
far
what come out of my mouth.
Like, shut up. Like, no, yeah.
But
So
I would watch the
by
game.
myself.
I would watch the game with everyone on this screen. Like, I would.
Really?
If we were all together, I would definitely
that'd be cool.
watch it that way.
Yeah.
Boy,
See, Barbara
Green,
says
fucking
I'd have to win the ticket to go.
I would probably have to win the tickets to go because I don't.
Right, they're so expensive, like $50,000 or some obscene price.
But
right? It's,
you know what? That being said, and I've probably told you this before, my very first NFL game that I ever went to in my life was a Super Bowl. Here in Tampa. It was the Raiders.
Hey, let's get everybody else in here. We've got we've got Philly Noodles, we got everybody here on the show. We got the Brady Bunch box going on here. Go ahead, Ricky. Continue with your story.
It was a Super Bowl, Redskins and Raiders. later on.
Oh, the Marcus Allen game.
Yes, and then later on, I got to see the Giants beat the Bills in another Super Bowl. That was here.
Yes, wide right.
Because my buddy's brother was performing in the halftime show.
Oh, cool.
The sister couldn't go, so they took me.
Nice.
So, and then I also got to go to the Cardinal Steelers, the Santonio Holmes catch one.
Oh my God!
And then a couple of months.
You've never mentioned this before.
Yes, a few months later, he was a Jet. So I've actually gotten to go to 3 in my lifetime.
Wow.
And technically I went to 4, but the last one I was working there. I was just like checking badges and stuff as people checked in. So I didn't actually see the game. But
holy crap, dude!
Yeah,
that's so cool. I haven't been to 1. You've been to 3. Jesus.
Yes, awesome. I've been to 3, but man, you know what? That none of them were my team. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Come on, you got some good Super Bowls though. You picked some good ones. The Bills Giants one was close. Cardinals Steelers was close. What was the first one?
Raiders Redskins.
And that one was the Marcus Allen game. So that was cool. So man, okay, good for you, man. You've had that. Okay.
But you know what? Like. My dad took me, to 2 of those. Yeah. And then, the Giants one, my buddy's family took me, so I didn't have to pay for a ticket.
Nice.
For
look at you, buddy.
So right. Cool. If I was left to my own devices, I probably wouldn't have been able to go.
That's fair. Especially to 3. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
And really, really quick, as we're talking about money.
Yeah.
I would like to thank you again for helping me out the way that you did. I tried to personally raise some money for someone in our community last night. It didn't go very well. I was just trying to come up with, the last $50 to help an electric bill get paid because I want to see this person in our chat. I don't want to lose a member of our community.
Sure.
And so I was real discouraged. 0, nothing, not a single dollar, the whole thing. And then at 3:00 in the morning, I look at my Discord and there was a message. Hey man, just sent some money. And someone from the community sent the whole thing.
Wow.
And,
that's amazing. Yeah.
And so just shout out to the community.
Hell yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that, Ricky, again. And I take no credit. It was the community, and they're a great place, and they're there for everybody. There's been a lot of different trials and tribulations that have happened over the 6 years of this YouTube show's history where people have needed help, and hopefully they're there for people in their critical time of need. So, as long as you can get back on your feet, I think that's what's most important. I see there's a question out there in the chat, but I want to go to each of C, who joins us here, and also Philly Noodles, who joins us here. We'll start off with you, C. Again, if you could go to the Super Bowl and see the New York Jets play in the Super Bowl or watch it from home, which would you do?
I would go if I had to sit in the parking lot and watch it on a little portable TV or my phone.
That's commitment.
Because I would say that at least I was there.
Okay.
So, and if they lost in the Super Bowl, I don't know if I would survive that because the excitement and then the deflation would probably kill me.
Yeah. That would be probably devastating. Yeah.
And I did want to say one other thing to Snowball.
Okay, sure. Throw it out.
We have a lot, Snowball. We have a lot in common. You're an educator, right?
Yeah.
My daughter's an educator. My son-in-law is an educator.
Wow.
My wife is a retired teacher.
Okay.
And I'm a kid that when I was in school, nobody wanted me there.
Oh.
And I'm surrounded by teachers. But I respect everything. I respect everything that teachers have to do.
Yeah.
And another thing too, I wanted to say, as far as your Italy trip,
yes,
I spent a little over 3 weeks in Italy a few years ago.
Ooh.
I started in Rome and worked my way down to Sicily. And I'll tell you what, I didn't ever want to leave. I felt something in my bones that I had to be there. I could have lived there.
Yeah.
I could have just been I could have just lived there. I could have just never came back to the United States.
Yeah.
And it was just, one of the best things I've ever done. Anyway, let me give Philly a chance to talk. I know it's getting late here.
Yeah, so Philly, let's go over to you. You have a chance. You see the Jets in the Super Bowl, or you watch it from home.
I'm taking my talents to a watering hole with my family and drinking with a bunch of Jets fans screaming at the television. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's what we're watching that with the same folk that've been watching it the whole time trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we're doing at. That's what we're doing at. We're flooding a parking lot. We're smashing windows. I don't know. We're just doing stupid stuff.
Okay, there you go.
Now,
I will say, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'll piggyback off of what C just said. Yeah, shout out educators.
Yes.
I am not an educator, but I am an advocator that if you get there, you win it. I would not accept not winning it.
Of course.
Ask the Buffalo Bills how they feel about that. BG, you can personally start asking fans of Buffalo.
I will.
How they feel about getting there 4 times and then continuously having a great quarterback now and can't sniff the Super Bowl. How about them apples? I'll take one run and one win again.
Yeah, right, because this is Brother Yeti, so let me get this question up and we could go around the room. He says, would you rather win a Super Bowl be garbage again or sustainable with 10-win seasons in a row? It's Super Bowl every day and be garbage. I've been garbage for 15 years. You tell me in the middle of that I sprinkle a Super Bowl in? Like, come on, baby. I will hold on to that forever. I'm not a Knicks fan. I know there's a bunch of Knicks fans out there, right? For the more modern Knicks fans, right? Because they hadn't won a championship since 1973. So it had been doldrum for like 50 some odd years. So they've won it. If I'm a Knicks fan and anyone talks shit to me, I'm like, hey, buddy, championship. Forever. I don't care what you said. Yeah, 100% Knicks at 5 over and over and over again. I will say that until I'm dead. So if the Jets, when they do win the Super Bowl, I am going to have a Jets Super Bowl tattoo. I'm going to have a replica Super Bowl ring that I'm going to have on this desk all the time. I'm going to be doing the show with it. I've been wearing Super Bowl shirts, Super Bowl hats. I'm just never going to forget that. Now, I did hear from Greeny, and this is interesting to me, is like Greeny's a Knicks fan. And he said after the Knicks won the Super Bowl, he's telling this on the Jake Asman show on ESPN New York, and he said, like after finals. After they won the Super Bowl, he said, or the NBA championship, right? The finals. He just said, like the next morning, he was like, "Now what? Like we did it. We did the thing that Knicks fans have been begging for forever." There was almost like. I heard Aaron Rodgers say this on the Netflix show where he said it was an ego death. Like he won the Super Bowl. He's like, holy shit, this is the thing I was supposed to win my entire career. Now what? And he struggled to try to like live on his life, continuing to play football. Like once he had already achieved the thing that every coach and player has pounded the table, we got to win the Super Bowl, got to win the Super Bowl. Okay, I did. Now what? And right, everyone else is saying, right, another one, TJ Collins, another one. But like still to like win that. Yeah, Greeny said that was a whatever thing.
I'll tell you what you don't do. You don't go dressing like Nicolas Cage and Con Air and start having ego deaths in Amazon villages and that clearly hasn't brought another one, right? So we can go over and over on what you don't do.
That's been the one so far. Shout out to C, by the way. C has to dip, and no C. Thanks for
proposal. Sure, I'm going to propose something. So Jets make it to the Super Bowl. Obviously, like I'm not rolling in the cash to go to the game unless I win a ticket, whatever.
Come on, Art Vandelay.
Family. No, but here's the thing, right? There is a new venue, I believe, that is going.
Louis.
Yeah.
Come on, you wouldn't go to that.
I mean, I have no idea. I've only seen it in his mind. Like I haven't seen blueprints or even anything. I have no concept of where this is. He's explained where it is in New York, but my brain has no idea what that means because
it's iconic too. There's so much history.
That's what he said. Yeah, I mean, I normally don't like watching. There are like when Phil was just talking about the watering hole, it just brought me to memories of being around like at a Jets game. Like that's a good example, right? You're just naturally around a lot of people. And like when big things happen, I'm turning around, high-fiving Chef or high-fiving this. We had very few of those moments, unfortunately, in the Jets Cowboys game last year. But like that and the rave energy where we're all together and that's happening. And for that to be the Super Bowl and emotions and everything. Yeah, that'd be crazy. I normally watch games by myself though, outside of the watch parties, I guess. Now I watch it with everybody as I'm doing it, but yeah, before it was just by myself. So yeah, I mean that'd be cool. That's a good idea, Snowball.
If you put it into perspective, you go to the Super Bowl now, if you go to half the fans are not even. They're not even. Oh, what the? Hello?
Philly?
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys hear me? Oh, okay. My audio cut in and back out.
Philly?
All right.
Yo, Philly, we can't hear you.
Shut up. Johnny boy, shut up. Go ahead, Philly. Yes, we've heard you the entire time. We still hear you. Yes.
If you go to the game now, it's a mix of fans. It's not even all. They're not even all Jets or whoever you're there for.
That's
so
bizarre.
it's even
I've seen
worse.
that before. We're at the Jets Cowboys game. There's a Chiefs fan there. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, man? Like, Jesus.
You can
Your team's
afford it and
playing
what's
on some
good.
other window. Like, this is weird. Yeah, I don't get that. That's bizarre.
Before you guys do your thing and get off, I did want to get over real quick. Speaking about this year's draft picks coming up.
Sure, please.
I mean, no matter which way we put it, if let's say they win 7 games, even if they win 6, and you don't get Klubnik on the field, but he's on the team, that's fine. Gino's not the long-term answer because they would have signed him to another year unless he balls out, right? And they have a great season. You have to select a QB. So this is really telling, like what's about to happen, this season with all the other picks and all. And I feel like Jeremiah Smith, if A.D. Mitchell does not perform to what they hope he can, they have to look at Jeremiah Smith because you got to give Cooper the shot. And you still got 2 more picks, if that, to go get a quarterback since there's so many. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, again, you have to figure out quarterback, so you'd have to have another pick high, or just feel like you love the it's hard to I saw in Bleach Report or someone had a mock draft that came out. The Jets had picks 5, 15, and 25 or something. 5 they took Jeremiah Smith. 15 they took my boy CJ Carr, and then 25 they took whatever, some random position. And boy, you have to have balls as let's say you love CJ Carr. That you wouldn't take him at 5, but you're he'll be there at 15. That's ballsy for your franchise quarterback. And I love Jeremiah Smith. He's a stud, obviously. That's just risky. So obviously they'd have to have that fully vetted out to make a move like that.
What do you guys all think?
I think it depends on who your head coach is next year.
Being that we do have to worry about getting our quarterback, listen, and unless you have got a top 3 pick, you're not getting Jeremiah Smith. That's
you don't think so?
No, I absolutely don't. As a
do you think there's so how many quarterbacks do you have in the first round, Ricky? Do you think?
Shit ton of them.
8 this year. I'm going 7 or 8.
I think it's going to be at least 4.
Oh,
yeah, I'm thinking 4, possibly 5 in the first.
And if that's true, you have to have the perfect team in the top 5 to do what. I'm not saying Jeremiah Smith isn't worth it. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if you have a top 5 pick, you have to be I'll make it up. The Tennessee Titans, they just took what's his name, Carnell Tate. So that's probably a bad example. But they're there in the top 5. They're well, we're good with Cam Ward. All right, we're taking Jeremiah Smith. You'd have to have the perfect situation. The Raiders are a good example. They're shitty. They could use another receiver I could see. It's going to have to take a unique scenario.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is there's probably going to be more quarterbacks than quarterback needy teams next year in that first round.
You think so? More quarterbacks than quarterback needy teams? I don't know about that.
Well,
why do the quarterbacks outnumber the quarterback needy teams? It's normally the other way around, and that's the desperation of everyone rushing to get the guy.
Right.
I hope so. I hope that's if the Jets are there's 15 quarterbacks going in the first round. Well, all right, flip a coin. All right, I guess we're taking CJ Carr or flip up. I guess we're getting Mestamaker, whoever the guy is. Maybe that seems I hope that's true, but I don't know. That seems hard to believe.
I don't know. Well, the Raiders, they've already potentially got an answer at quarterback. If they're picking top 3 or whatever, that's not going to be a quarterback taken.
Of course not. But you could trade it too, right? If you're Raiders, you go, we can extrapolate this. We could trade this to the Cardinals or whoever and get 1,000 first-round picks. Yeah, Jeremiah Smith is cool, but 1,000 first-round picks or whatever the insane price would be, leapfrog the Jets or leapfrog another team to get your choice. That's where also I say the Jeremiah Smith thing is hard to envision. So you need the right team, and if the right team's there and they can trade out and get a king's ransom. Now, it doesn't always happen, right? The Cardinals had offers to move off of Marvin Harrison Jr. draft day, and they said, nah, F this. We want Marvin Harrison Jr. They could have traded out, and they didn't. So maybe.
It's a weird coincidence, even though, Aaron Rodgers is going back. we're kind of in the Steeler camp, right? Where we have a quarterback we got that's highly rated, but had a really bad last year, like Allard.
Yep.
Then we have a proven veteran.
Yep.
And they're on their last leg of their year in contract. So we're in that bucket. We're with them. We're with the Cardinals. Same thing with Brissett. That's where we're at.
Miami,
so we're in a weird position where those are the teams gunning, and those are the Cardinals. I want to say is a very smart franchise, but the Steelers are a smart franchise. So they're going to do whatever they got to do, and I think it would be a race to who would trade up for more or more Arch Manning. That's where it's going to come down to. I think honestly. That's what I think.
Well, like I said, all the prayer we could do as a five-some together here is that the quarterbacks live up to the hype. Last year, they did not. And the Jets had the number 2 overall pick, unfortunately, in a one-quarterback class. As long as Dante Moore is awesome, Arch Manning. Again, it's crazy, and I can't remember last draft, that I forget how many first-round quarterbacks there could be. Darian Mensah, C.J. Carr, Mestamaker, Arch Manning, Dante Moore, 100%, right? Lenore Sellers. Like, I can keep, like, it's insane
there's a
the
lot.
amount. Like, it's nuts. But hopefully those guys all shine. And normally every year there's a Fernando Mendoza, there's a Joe Burrow, someone we're not talking about at all that emerges like a superstar meteoric rise. We're like, whoa, this guy on top of the other guys. So we just want to hope that that not the Jets, but like the college football landscape produces this historic class in a class that the Jets have 3 first-round picks. No one else has 3 first-round picks. The only other team that has multiple besides the Jets are the Browns, and the Rams are going to be picking 28th. So, like, the Jets are in a very unique position to get their guy. And please, for the love of everything that's holy, give us our guy. That's what I want. Snowball, we were talking about that last week about a veteran versus a top draft pick. To cultivate our own guy, to draft their guy and have that draft moment where you take, I'll make it up, Dante Moore, Arch Manning, it doesn't matter. And he's just your guy for 15 years. Like, he's just good. Like, oh, my God. Like, wow, we have a window now for the next decade of winning. What a show. What a Jet shows to have of our franchise quarterback. So.
Hey, it's a good question for Johnny Boy because Johnny Boy is the very optimistic Jets fan. Period. End of story. You are. Would you rather take 10-7 this year or trade 3 first-round picks to get Arch at the top of the first round?
10-7.
See?
Both?
You can't do both. You got to pick one or the other. You got to pick one or the other.
Because I'm not sold on Arch Manning. I never have been. I think Arch Manning, the only reason.
You never have been? Not at any point?
I do not think he's going to be that good. I think there's other quarterbacks that are better than him as well. I think it's because of his last name and what that last name brings to that
What's your
NFL
last
team. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Jimenez, bro. What the hell?
You know that should be.
Hey.
I thought it was pronounced Jimenez.
You heard about me, baby. You heard what I did. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not sold on him. Now, Jeremiah Smith, you give him a whole bunch of weapons.
Can he throw a football?
You could plug and play maybe one of these other guys to make him good.
Wait.
Are we throwing in this quarterback as soon as we get him into the stuff?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
We've had such a great. That's all I'm saying, man. Like,
we'll see.
I don't know. I'm
intrigued
to see. I'm intrigued to see what Bill Musgrave is going to do this year.
Let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
What Frank Reich's going to do.
That's right.
Thanks for being honest.
Yeah, but boys, my fiance is going to kill me. So I've got to get us to the diner. But Philly Noodles, thank you for the call and the interesting conversation. And
Respect.
You're the best.
Yes, sir. All right,
Tennessee's coming up, brother. Tennessee Titans game. Let's go. Ricky New York Live of the Ricky New York Live YouTube channel, and toot. And I think he froze. Ricky, are you there?
He's just contemplating. So
Nope,
it's AG. He did an AG.
Oh, thanks, Ricky. Anywho, boys, fun show as always. A longer show than I thought, and also I forgot to open up the phone lines for half of it. So, whoops. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That was a lot of fun. We'll be back on tomorrow morning. I'll try to see Mahar if I could get you that 53-man roster article and everything. That'll take some work and putting together. So we'll see if we get that out for Monday or Tuesday. Veterans Report on Tuesday. First practice Wednesday. Boy Green on Saturday at Jets training camp. And a week from today, we draw our winner for the Jets-Browns giveaway. So good luck, and it's so exciting. Such a big raffle. Good luck to anyone who's in it or will continue to be in it and entering the tickets over the next couple of days. Boys, it's been a real treat.
Thanks. Ciao.
Thank you.
Arrivederci.